2, 1.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Andromeda Adventures. We'd like to apologize for the slight disruption in our broadcast. The other week, there were some technical issues. Should be resolved. We shouldn't have any problems with that. And there were just some scheduling conflicts last week. But we're ready to dive into Cyberpunk again. Welcome back to Neon Noir, and we've got all of our wonderful players with us. Andrew is back after his stint in the Girl Scout cookie mines.
Work you to death over there.
Again, if you like our content, please share with your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your goldfish, tell your cat not to eat your goldfish, then tell them about the stream.
Or if you don't like it, tell your enemies. Say it's really good.
Check us out on Patreon, Andromeda Adventures. You can support us that way. Anything from buying us a copy. We've got great maps, and we've got a few stuff coming soon. We'll also have a new intro here in a little bit and some music. David, could you tell us a little bit about the people making the music again, real quick?
Oh, yes. I have to remember their name because it's been a while. Sunset Dialtone is their name. They're a couple of friends of mine here in Providence. Shout out to them. And they have made one song so far, and hopefully more coming up. And will be featured in hopefully in our title sequence in the near future.
Yep, can't wait. All right. With that, I'm going to cue that intro. All right, welcome back, chooms, to Neon Noir. We're back on the air after that cyber terrorist attack. We had a cyber psycho down here in downtown Night City, was setting off a bunch of grenades and EMPs and ended up disrupting the transmission field. But now your broadcast and brain dance is coming at you live once again, and we are joined with the sexy hexes as always. We've been going through their history, and they've been through a lot in the last while and get involved with some stuff going on with their fixer Bruce, and we're taking a little bit of downtime and shopping. A few of them had a few encounters. We found out Reverend was talking to a guy named Dick Roman. Bard was making contact with Rachel, his police contact, and Hex was getting ready to go on a shopping spree. So we're going to dive into tonight's episode with Hex. Now, Hex, you were at your apartment getting ready to go shopping, so we're going to pick up with you. What are you doing?
Well, one of the things I wanted to take care of was my melted armor from the incident that Ume and I had earlier. There's been a lot of close calls recently, but it seems like it's poor form to not have armor. So I'm gonna get that repaired and grab some more t-shirts so I don't have to borrow anybody's greasy college tea anymore. But also while I'm out, I want to get... See, I don't think anyone in the crew knows yet, but I'm a bit of a cinephile, so I want to get... we got a little bit of cash, so I'm gonna get a big TV, and a video audio tape player and a digital chip player too while I'm at it. I have all this in our chat, by the way.
All right, so you go out to one of the tech shops and
yeah, something like in the 6-foot range. Yeah, I know. That's like, shouldn't that be like a
good 72-inch TV? Are you springing for the hollow monitor?
What? There's a what?
Oh yeah. As the salesman comes up, you see Flat screen and LCD TVs have been very popular, but with advents of new technology, we're able to convert all old things into a full 3D holographic display and environmental broadcast, allowing you to truly immerse yourself within the films that you experience.
Oh my god.
Terrifying.
That'd be awesome, but how much I have a funny feeling that's gonna be outside of our price range.
Well,
How bad is it? Tell me.
he goes over and starts reviewing. Well, we do have a few finance options, but you can purchase the entire Hollow Generation package for $500 for 500 Emmys.
Really? 500 eddies? Are you
Oh,
kidding?
indeed. With the, crystalline technology and hollow projection has come a long way in the last few years and really made itself affordable for the home entertainment system.
Oh, okay, okay. Yes, please.
And
Sign me
and
up.
Hex would also know
Would
too,
you like
because
the
Nova.
included conversion video board for an extra 100 that allows you to load data chips to project information?
Yes.
Sorry, why do I feel like Hex is now being part of an infomercial? It's like, oh wow, that cheap! I never would have expected that. What else?
No,
does this
I'm
package
serious.
come
I
with?
really didn't think that it
No,
was
no,
gonna
I
yeah,
know,
be
I
like
know. Neither did
comparable
I.
to-
We also have the complete package of a Dai Lung entertainment home stereo surround system that can be installed and set up for another 500 with
Oh,
full
fuck
3D
it.
environmental sound effects and complete
Do it.
immersion. All right.
We're gonna traumatize
Guaranteed
ourselves, you
to
guys.
fuck over your neighbors.
Were you about to say something earlier, Andrew?
Oh, I was just gonna say, this is the HoloVid thing is similar to what Nova has been using to like design different things. So if I don't if Nova's still at Tech World, then
Now, ma'am, I have to tell you that the 500 entry model for the full environmental 3D sound, that's an introductory package. It does cover, it is a great system by Dailong. However, if you are interested in more premium wares, we do have what's known as an invisible speaker set up with extra acoustic HD THX sound that is a much more acoustic and environmental based thing. It does go up to 1,000 for it, but it does come with a lifetime guarantee, and it is said that it can provide the most immersive experience, even allowing you to hear and experience the flapping of wings on a fly in some situations if you want to isolate specific sound stations.
You know exactly how to sweet talk me. No. Okay, no. Bad Hex. Bad girl.
So just the basic Dailong package
Yeah,
with
for
the
now.
Hologener. All right. I'll ring
But
you
I'll
up
probably
Just
be
the
back
basic
Sunday.
with the
one.
video board and the sound system, as
Super
well as the
basic.
Holo generator and the full home entertainment installation install. That'll come to 1,100 eddies.
Alrighty. You got it. That's kind of what I had budgeted, so perfect.
Well, I'm glad that we at Stereo Master could fit your home entertainment needs within a reasonable budget.
Excellent.
If you
Thank
need anything, just call me. I'm James. Happy to help you with anything.
I appreciate you, James. This was the crew's gonna love this. I'm excited. Thank you, James.
And if you're ever looking
you
to
made my
upgrade,
day.
please return to Stereo Master.
I will. She looks like a kid in a candy shop.
If I may, you may also be interested in some of our retro video disc and data chip collections.
Yes.
We
At
also
this-
have a full section of vinyl records.
I don't think I have a vinyl player.
Well, we can set you up with that too. It is compatible with the Dailong audio system.
Oh, nice. No, well, amazing. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, I'll go peruse through your
Would you like me to go pull the vinyl player out from the side and get that rung up for you?
Sure. How much does that one run?
That runs about $60 for a basic, 120 eddies for one of the more diamond models. But the sound on the diamond model is much better.
Well, we'll do that.
All right.
Okay, fantastic. And then she's gonna go browsing through the movies and vinyls. And about that time,
It's about 10 to 20 eddies per video and vinyl. And...
okay, I'm gonna probably text the whole crew. What's your favorite movie?
What's your
Bard
favorite
would-
scary movie?
Bard would.
I
instantly-
almost said that, but then I was like, yeah.
Bard would instantly respond, "The Lion King." It's Hamlet, but with cats. What's not to like? Or Star Wars: A New Hope. Actually, both of them. I love both of them.
Okay. Anybody
Sorry,
else have?
Hamlet with cats just makes sense for Bard, who likes Shakespeare and had a cat until the slaughterhouse took it.
Nova responds stab 2.
Yes, I love this girl. She's gonna start looking for Star Wars.
So while you're perusing the videos and getting everyone's information back, Nova, what are you doing?
Oh shit. Where am I currently?
You so everyone had met up at Tech World after and kind of assembled everything like that and then went home. So right now you're home.
Oh, okay. So is Tech World kind of like ours?
Technically
Yeah.
it's Bruce's,
Bruce's. Okay.
but she's letting you use it. Well, technically speaking, it's Lore's, but Lore ditched it because he's in hot water. Bruce laid claim to it and is letting you use it.
Okay, gotcha. So I guess my question then is like, because there was a room up there. Have I moved in? Like, can I just like sleep there?
Yeah.
Like, this is now my home.
You could.
Okay, so I think I probably brought like all my shit there, and like I've set up shop
So
down
you've just
there.
been spending the day moving.
You didn't bring your bugs, did you?
Of course, that's
Well-
Charlie and Fred and George and Wilson and
Exactly.
Cheech.
I guess over, I don't know how long since I've been sort of out of the picture, but I think over time I just sort of, you know how like your girlfriend's just sort of like moves in and eventually you just like, oh, where'd this toothbrush come from? Oh, okay. It's sort of that situation, but in this sort of scene, I think she's fixing up that bike.
Oh, okay.
The bike that she had gotten that is sort of not doing so great. She's trying to fix it up, trying to get it to run again. So maybe
me
she's
a
like
basic
jumping
check.
on the thing. Okay, basic tech. Basic tech. Here we go. Let's see. I want to do so luck is a thing. Got to remember that. I'm going to do 2 luck.
Okay.
And roll that, and I'm gonna get a 22.
A 22. As you've been working on it for most of the day, you climb up and you go to start it, and for the first time since you've got it rumbles to life and roars. And you can hear the pistons and everything, their timing's off and clanging a little bit. Not everything's
Yeah, sure.
It's rattling a bit. It's sputtering and popping from the exhaust, but it's running.
Okay, I step back from it just really carefully, and then as it is like running on its own, I just go, yes! And I just like feet up in the air, just start jumping, and I look around, and there's nobody there to like celebrate with me. Or I guess, is there anybody there?
There is
to
not.
celebrate? Oh, I just like, damn it.
For comedic effect, as Bard was already on his way there, could he like walk in right after that's all done and she's already lamenting that nobody was there to see it? He just kind of like raises an eyebrow. Why are you looking upset?
It's
Also,
running. Look,
remember-
it's going.
Reverend was there all night when he was going through
That's
Victor's
right.
memories
Reverend is
and
there.
everything.
So yes, Reverend is still there.
Who,
Maybe he
by
was
the way,
sleeping.
who else would Nova want to see it? Oh yeah, but he'd be sleeping at this
So
time. right?
Reverend,
Yeah.
you are woken up by the roar of the motorcycle and screaming cheers of Nova.
Yes.
By the way, as I walk in, remembering that Nova has had this place for a bit, casually, because I don't want to let her know that I'm a bit nervous, but I'd just like to glance around to make sure that there haven't been any volatile and/or other explosive things that could be triggered by accident added to Tech World in the recent few days.
You don't spot any.
But out in the open, there's like just milk crates full of Happy Balls. You know, just sort of laying around.
I'll
and
look at
things.
them. Are those all alive? Or...
No. Those are you got to put the stuff in them.
Oh, okay. And I'm gonna go over and glance at all their expressions and pick one up. Wow, this one looks really melancholy. Like having picked one up with like a weird like tear.
Oh,
on his
don't
eye.
touch that one. Don't touch
Oh,
that.
is he sad or is she? What's their name?
Well, that one's loaded.
Oh, you said they weren't loaded.
Well, it's sort of. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm not sure. I don't know. You don't really know until you try it.
That makes zero sense. You said you had to put the things in. It's not about not knowing until you try it. Like,
Well,
you not remember? I thought that was the reason you put the faces on them, so you could remember which ones you'd loaded and which ones not. Like, what other purpose did they serve?
Well, look, I'm doing a motorcycle here, and I go back over. Is it like? And I'm gonna
Start
start trying
running
to.
I'm
and
gonna.
you
I
turn
will.
it off.
Bard will very carefully put the happy ball back in the crate and start stepping away as if a single false move could set the entire crate of grenades off. Just.
Rev.
Bard twitches as like the sound like
I got it to work. It's not turning over right, but
Reverend's
it's going.
just laying there contemplating
Bard.
life.
Bard will
It's
use
firing.
Bard will use his phone splice to contact Reverend via text and say, "I think she really wants you to tell her she did a good job. Like it seems to matter a lot to her. You should probably do it."
I just text Bard real quick. I'm sleeping.
You're clearly not sleeping if you're testing me back.
The next text is just a bunch of Z's.
Jeez.
Like he's probably sleeping. I'll say aloud to myself, and I'll just grab in my spanner and just keep going at
I'm
it.
gonna turn to her. Yeah, I just got a text from him that says he's sleeping. So yeah, he is asleep. There's a bunch of Z's. Clearly, there's no way to send that text if you're not sleeping.
All right. With that, as you guys are doing that, Ume, what are you doing?
Well, I have some armor that needs repairing. I was thinking about maybe contacting Hex for that. She is, after all, my fixer. If she does not wish to do that, my backup was to check out Michiko's to see if they might repair very fashionable armored clothing. So I guess I'll check with Hex first. You get a ring from.
Is that a
me.
fixer item? Or
Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah.
I would say no. I would say with Hex, you would know a couple of people that can do armor repairs and clothing repairs just on the street.
Okay.
Patching.
So it's not a roll, but you can send me in the right direction.
Yeah, and you'd be
So-
heading there yourself. as
Sure.
well.
So Ume sends a text. One line says "Son of Godzilla," featuring the Great Minya. Godzilla fans would know what that is. And then the following message is, "Do you know a good person to repair my armor near me? I'm home."
I reply to her first one with a laugh cry emoji.
You get a thumbs up in response.
And the second one is the second reply would be on my way to get my own repaired. We could go together if you'd like.
Sounds like fun. Let's do it.
Alrighty. So where would I be heading, Frosty? And then maybe I can have Ume meet me there. Would that be
New name is Mume.
So you know a guy who operates out of
it's like,
Chinatown.
Ume.
Only Hex can call me Mume.
Does good repair work. It'd be in the sort of bottom right. It's not far from Ume's apartment, so you're actually heading your way down there now. Operates out of a little tailoring shop and cobbler.
Okay. And down in Chinatown?
Yep.
Okay, cool. That's I'm trying to remember which is which direction. Because let's see, Ume lives in
I live.
Japantown.
Yeah, I just accidentally moved my token
Yeah,
there.
Little China, Japantown is that kind of 3 blocks.
Okay, so like yeah,
That's a
that would
bit
be
more
the
than
same
right there.
about area anyway. Cool.
Mhm.
So I'll head there and swing by Ume's.
I come
before
out.
we-
I'm wearing my normal clothes and with my armored jacket over it that I had on originally, with my nice armored clothing neatly folded.
Nice. We got a feeling that we're gonna be racking up quite the repair bills.
Well, I've only got about 1,700, so as long as that covers it, I'm good.
Oh,
So you
that
guys-
well, yours is ultra high fashion, isn't it?
Yes.
Which I believe we
Beauty.
discussed the cost for repairing your
Beauty.
guys' armor, but you guys would take it in. The British gentleman that runs the tailor shop would very polite to each of you. Happy to begin working. He analyzes the plating and style that each of the clothing is made out of, gives you guys your estimate. He tells you it'll take, because it's kind of minimum damage, it'll take about 2 days.
Okay, let me just check. The original
So
price of my
basically,
clothing.
Don't get shot at for 2 days. Do you think we can do that?
Well, I can't afford it. I find out.
Did you
Good.
get your advance from Bruce and all that?
I believe I did. I bought. I think that's how I bought my insurance and everything.
Yeah.
So I had 1,738. My clothing cost 7,560.
The price of
20
being fashionable.
That's right. That's what you get for looking good. What can
It's
I
not
say?
easy. What beauty knows no pain.
It
Beauty
is
knows
work.
no pain.
It is work. So 25% of that, which I believe is the cost, is for 3 points of damage, and all got 2 in the chest, 1 on the leg. 25% of that's still 1,890, so I can't afford it. What I will do then, though, is at the very least I will get my helmet
Okay.
for that because that only
You-
cost me 105.
Could get just a halfway decent urban jacket for like 700, brand spanking new. It's gonna be
So-
off the rack, but you know, if anyone
Ume
can make that look good, it's you.
looks at you like you're crazy.
It's
So-
just that you don't need labels to look high fashion, Ume. You
Do
know
you
that.
do
like
you
look
know
at
who
you.
this designer is? Very special, very high end. Specializes
sure,
mostly in sort of like a
but do you
Japanese,
think
sort of like
people are
very
really
neo
looking at your
noir, kind of
label, or
like
at
popular over
you?
here. It's like so good. Do you think I do this for other people? I do not do this for other people. I do this because it makes me feel good. All right, and that's
Well,
what's
you know
important.
what's gonna make you feel good is not having 1,000 bullets in your front side.
I've got, it's only a couple points down.
So,
I'll
I
manage
s-
until I save up some money.
so
all right.
Ume,
I'll repair the helmet, all right? At the very least, my head will be protected, and that is the most important part.
Well, it
Ume.
wasn't your head that got crushed last
you're
time.
gonna receive a text, Ume, and a notification. It's
Okay.
basically a money transfer from Reverend. Says get skin weave and 2,000 eddies.
You immediately get it back. No comment. And as a matter of fact, Hex, Ume looks pissed.
Oh. I didn't get this text message. I have no idea. Is it your sister?
I'm sure she assumed that her sister or Bard.
Yeah,
No,
literally is.
No. Ume just looks and says, "I don't take handouts."
Well, I know that.
Yeah, well, some people don't.
Ooh.
And I say, "I'll just get by and get ready."
Well, I've realized recently that we've never really finished this Cherry 5000 case either. So I'm hoping that perhaps we're not gonna have to get in a gunfight for that, since
Well-
Bruce wants to be the one to literally chomp this guy's face off.
I do have my very, very fashionable light armor coat, which I can wear in the meantime. But I actually don't think it's any better than even my damaged. Yeah, it's not any better than my damaged clothing. So. just
Well,
stick
you're
with
gonna
that.
need it while they've got it for 2 days anyway.
Well, except I didn't leave my clothing because I couldn't afford getting it repaired. So I just left my helmet.
That's right. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah.
I will,
Good
Frosty, go
backup.
ahead and buy a backup helmet.
Okay. You would have no trouble finding a backup helmet.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I think that might have been cheaper.
Oh, and we thank the shopkeeper and everything. Keeping us
Speaking
alive.
of- Oh, no,
Appreciate
never mind.
you.
I'll wait until Hex tells me about it because I have an idea for how to actually get in touch with this guy.
All right. So you guys have eventually it gets close to evening. Bard, you've been hanging out at Tech World since the early afternoon.
Just editing the murder board. He's just smoking in front of it, like moving some of the red threads around, scratching out things. There's like ideas written down.
That's at Tech World.
Yeah.
We have a murder board there, yeah.
You see that Nova is drawn on a few of the things, like just little caricatures and things like that.
I look at that one. Okay, just get used to it. It's not gonna stop. Go to your happy place. Be prepared. Simba, feel like touches is our kingdom.
It's pretty late in the
Yes, it
evening,
is.
around 8. By the time Hex you finish installing your home entertainment system, and all of you get back from everything like that. And,
If Hex allows, Ume will hang out with her while she's doing that, and like rather than help, she'll help her by playing music while
Bard
she does all the setup.
and the doorbell just rang, which is to say I had a delivery, but Hex put me in charge of the food, so I would have paid Frosty for pizza, popcorn, and whatever. But give me
okay. For all of you guys, yeah, that'd be about 50 eddies.
I would also like to say while I was out, is it possible that I picked up a futon? Otherwise, everybody's just going to sit on the floor on piles of paper because I live like a rat.
Ume's fine sitting on the floor. Doesn't bother her at all.
Like, I think it's like $90 or $100 or something like that.
I think it's $100.
Cool. Yeah,
What?
we're going to do $100 futon.
Unless you
no
want
problem.
a real wood futon.
Are we doing
One of those? Oh well.
They're twice as expensive. Yeah.
with non-synthetic real cotton layering and full?
I do have some wood
down
furniture
filling.
in my apartment. It's quite comfortable.
all right. She'll spring for it. I was not gonna get any cyber or anything like this. I was like, everything she buys this round is all flavor.
The irony of what Bard said, by the way, is the main piece of wooden furniture he has in his apartment is his cat tree, and it's currently unoccupied. Sad face.
But yeah, it's around 7 or 8 at night by the time, because Bard had sent you guys all a text to meet back up at Tech World that night. By the time you guys all meet up, Hex, around 7 p.m. would get a text message from Bruce saying maybe we should talk.
Indeed. Yes, we do need to talk. Let me think. I'm trying to decide if I want to just call her up on the phone or if I want to ask her if she likes movies. Maybe not like at my house.
No.
I mean,
Do
like
not-
a
do not invite
drive-through
Bruce to
kind
movie
of
night.
like drive-in movies. I got movies on the mind, is what I was thinking. I was
There are
like, well,
drive-in movie theaters in Night City.
yeah, but then I don't have a car.
You could have Bruce pick you up.
Then it's like
Then
I'm
the question
asking
is,
her
what
to
kind of
take
car
me
does
on
Bruce
a
drive?
date. That's true. A murder mobile. It's just a white van. Let me think. Well, there's normal movies too. There's like movie theaters.
You can invite her to your place for a movie night.
Okay, all right, fine.
Show
Yes.
off your new entertainment system.
Well, now she's gonna know where her money went. That's where it went.
We were doing a movie night as a crew.
We are doing a movie night as a crew, but I'm trying to also do two things at once at the same, So I don't know. Maybe I should just call her. But I do want to ask her to the movies sometime soon. Is what I was thinking. But we can do that later. I'll just I guess maybe text her for now. Do you want to call or face to face?
The phone rings.
Hello.
There's my little piranha. It's good to hear from you. I was a little worried that you wouldn't be taking my calls after the incident at Kozlov's.
It wasn't a great look, Bruce. I will tell you that. I have some thoughts on that.
Well, I'd love to discuss it. Perhaps we could have dinner sometime. You're kind of in charge of your crew, and we've got this thing that we're sort of swimming ourselves into. And I think if anybody could wrangle up those crazy individual guppies that you swim along with and get them into a bit of a school formation for the project at hand, it'd be you. And I think you understand exactly what's going on in this city and why I'm ready to make some moves. And I think you're looking to climb the ladder yourself. And I think we should do it together.
I do understand the reason why you want to shake the ladder of power in this city. There's a lot of people that sit at the top of it. It's questionable how they got there and what keeps them there. I know they like to make meals out of people like me and you. I like to think that we're on the same side here, Bruce, but, you pulled some shitty things with us at that.
It's a shitty business we're in. It was nothing personal, and I hated doing it to y'all. The thing was, I had to get things straightened out and handled. Had to move quickly.
I know, but look, Bruce, I think you can admit at this point, we're a pretty smart crew. We get shit done. I think that's why you like us so much. I think that's why you like me. But that being said, if you want to work with a crew that's as smart as we are, you can't keep us in the dark and you can't keep lying to us.
All right.
If you want us to be on the same side, then you gotta do that. You gotta treat us like we're on the same side.
I think that seems fair. You're definitely the piranha type, and if we're going to be swimming around, I don't want to be dragging around a bunch of lampreys. So, I think we can discuss the plans, but I need to know that everybody was in, and that no one's going to try and turn this over to the rest of the council.
Oh, yeah, the council. I know.
If we're going to conspire, you do want to conspire, right?
Right, which would entail us having to, I think, stitch this one fella up. I got to get everybody on board. I haven't had a chance to talk to them yet. I know it's going to make them feel a little bit better that at least you and I had a chance to talk and we're on the same page, because I know you value honesty, Bruce. So
I never meant to lie to you. I just had to watch my words in the company.
Yeah, I get that. Just be careful that they're aware that they can be used as pawns, and we're watching for that. We're not a bunch of goons.
Don't intend to use you as such. I got a lot of plans and a lot of moves that need to be made, and we got to start moving fast. Keep an eye out, by the way. You guys are hanging out down in Tech World a lot lately, I've been hearing. And
yeah, I'd like to take care of the Cherry 5000 situation.
And Ironclad are going to start making moves in the area pretty soon.
That makes sense. All right. Well,
So
the to-do list is starting to stack up.
This is why we need to meet, and everyone needs to be on board.
All right. Well, let's see. You want to do a dinner date sometime soon then?
How about Friday?
All right, Friday.
Your place, you bring the entertainment, I'll bring the Chinese food.
All right, sounds good. Let's say like 8 p.m.
See you then, little piranha.
Sounds good, Bruce. Talk to you then.
Charmed. Toodles. As you guys are pulling up.
Bruce is such a bullshitter. I can't stand it.
I knew that, Bruce. I knew I was gonna have my work cut out for me with Bart.
So bad. They were in company. No, we were alone. Like, I didn't mean to lie to you. Yeah, you did.
So we're headed over to Hex's, and she just had that.
We're already at Tech World, yeah.
Oh, we're at Tech World.
Hex and Ume are heading to Tech World to meet up with you guys.
Oh, okay.
So I got to overhear that conversation. At least Hex's side.
Hex's side.
I just give you a smile and a wink. Oh, you're in hot water.
Oh, dangerous water. Piranhas.
Well, last I checked, it was sharks, but piranhas work.
Well, there's more than one now.
Hey,
We've got the whole council to deal with.
Piranhas was a Jaws knockoff. It still fits.
Oh yeah, well, you know what Bruce's favorite movie is. Imagine it's like Gone with the Wind or something, and not Jaws for whatever reason.
It's totally Finding Nemo.
She kind of named herself after the character of the shark.
Yeah, but her ringtone is what yeah, I'm assuming they enter. So Bard will sort of like absentmindedly look away. Like he doesn't even look away. He just like waves. Hey, I got the pizza and stuff. It's here. Did you bring the Lion King?
All of the movie stuff's at my apartment.
Oh shit. Are we gonna do a movie night at some point? I thought we were gonna watch movies.
We were gonna do a movie night at some point.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry, I was excited for tonight. I guess I'm just gonna.
Bard, you had called everyone here to discuss the case.
Right, the case.
Do I notice the motorcycle?
Is Nova still?
I did.
You did at the other episode, like a couple ago. You knew that I had just gotten it.
Yeah.
But as you walk in, you do hear the growl.
Nova, nice.
Yeah, I got it working. It's not roadworthy yet. It's not roadworthy.
It sounds
still
it
misfiring.
sounds a little rough, but it always takes a bit
What?
after you finally. It
sounds
sounds a little. It sounds a little rough. But that always,
it does.
You
Well,
just got it started. So you got to tune it now. You got to get it.
The electronics aren't working correct, so I can't really get it hooked up to see the misfirings. But it does run, so that's good. That's good. So
Nice.
yeah, it's I gotta fix out some of the body work though, because it's kind of rough. But a little duct tape over here, and it'll be okay.
What is it? Bond?
Yeah, some Bondo will be good. But once I do, I think it'll be look, there's a bitch seat on the back, so we can
I look forward to it.
Oh, dude. Okay, yeah. Well, I've always called it that, but I didn't mean to say that. I don't know. Whatever.
That's what people call it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I just
it's fine. It's what people call it, so no worries. We'll take turns.
Well, okay.
He shrugs and turns around and walks back into the room.
All right.
So, did you draw this little smiley face, Bard? On your diagram?
No. That's
the exploding symbol around it? Oh wait, no. I know who drew that.
Okay.
Never mind.
Oh, by the way, and he pulls out a police file report and chucks it down. Talked to Rachel today. She gave me this. I can summarize everything in it. But I got it from her before I broke up with her. Well, before we turned ourselves off. Regardless, basically, from what I can understand, there's a Biotechnica executive who was found dead in their apartment, single shot to the heart, laced with toxin. Name, Damian Westwood, mid-level, penthouse apartment. No signs of any kind of injury, no fingerprints on the bullet. High crack shot. On the other hand, security footage in the building was tampered with, and the victim's computer and communication devices were wiped clean. Now, I don't think that was the case with Kozlov, so maybe we just got there too fast. Maybe the killer was getting sloppy. Seems unlikely given the fact that they appear to be, again, a crack assassin. Also, according to Rachel, multiple people have been found.
As you're going over the details, that name keeps ringing around in your head and sounds familiar.
Damian Westwood?
Uh-huh.
Can I make a check of some kind?
No, it's more focusing. It's difficult as you start to... You remember he had something to do with the Arasaka case that you and your late partner...
And Cammy
were investigating.
What did he have to do with it? Can I remember?
It was just one of the names in her file.
And he's gonna, as he says that, he's gonna stop for a second. And this Damian Westwood person was involved with the Arasaka case, looking into Project Genesis that ended up losing me an arm and my eyes and got Cammy killed, although she was a plant anyway. So this seems to go pretty deep.
Okay, I was following and then I stopped.
Was it because what I was saying wasn't clear, or because you just stopped paying attention?
No, it was because what you're saying was something unrelated to anything we were previously talking about.
Sorry. So, as some of you guys know, I got into, oh God, a doorbell's ringing again. 1 second, as Bard is going to take a second to compose himself, because this is the source of trauma for him. Yes, more customers, Nova. Sorry, they want more happy balls.
As I come out from the garage area, and I'm just like wiping my hands off with a greasy towel. I throw it down.
It's probably the pizza being delivered.
Pizza's here. Nice.
Pizza's not here yet because I misunderstood the canon. We're not actually doing movie night tonight, but I did apparently already order pizza because I spent the money. So pizza's here.
We can still eat. We can still eat.
We can still eat and talk. So for all of your reference, basically, you guys know that I was in an accident that kind of ended up with me going down that deep rabbit hole of alcohol. Not a rabbit hole, a bottle hole. I got lost in a bottle. I started drinking a lot. 1 second, gotta enter the door.
I follow him. Reminded of Clue.
Which part?
Running from room to room, explaining.
Yeah.
Tim Curry at his best.
Anyway, as you all know, in the hallway that I was just in, we found the candlestick and the evidence of a tampered with doorbell. But regardless, what I was trying to say is that Tammy and I were looking into something called Project Genesis. Arasaka was utilizing high-tech cyberware to try and, basically modify people in ways that went way beyond the norms of neuralware or bioware or anything along those lines. But it was dangerous, hot as hell. And this name sounds familiar, but if Biotechnica and Arasaka were working together or against each other, we are getting into very hot water here.
Okay.
Is that pepperoni? And I take the box from and I set it down.
Well, are we though? Because I mean, it sounds like that the assassin in that case is the same assassin, but that doesn't mean that these people have anything to do with each other. That just means the same assassin was hired to kill two different people.
No, yeah, exactly. It doesn't mean that they did, but so the larger point though, if this person is just a gunner for hire, right? Like that's already dangerous because they don't have a motive except for money. And either way, there have been 3 other deaths Rachel mentioned that are identified with this killer. She just couldn't give me the files on anything else. But we're not dealing with an easy case here. But speaking of cases and Biotechnica, we also still have to remember to deal with the Cherry 5000 because that is something that's still in our docket.
Well, I think
we do.
We got that. What was it? Adrian King was his name.
Exactly. No, we know who he is, but we have to find a way to lure him somewhere. And I was actually thinking, we could simply reactivate.
I thought we had to get evidence that he was the one that was actually doing this thing.
Well, yes, but that also means, and that could mean getting a confession, or it could mean getting evidence. And I happen to have.
Well, no, you were supposed to get evidence that you guys were telling the truth about the Cherry 5000.
Mm-hmm. Right. Which could be through his confession or through, evidence.
And then Bruce wanted you to get Adrian. Said that she... Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
I am
Jackpot and Cherry wanted revenge on...
I am going to call up Naomi Johnson real quick.
All right. Which contact of yours does she have?
She is a Biotechnica executive who is a friend of Bard's and who owes him a favor. So it's a bit of both.
All right. Just pulling up her file. As you call up, you hear, bonjour.
Hey, Naomi, it's Bard. How's Liesel doing? Her daughter.
Greetings, Bud. She's doing well. Stop climbing on the new TV center. A little rambunctious, but...
No, it's fine. She always had a bit of energy in her. I have come into some money recently. I was thinking of sending her a new teddy bear since she destroyed her last one. Sorry to be calling. Well, it's not too late, I guess. Do you mind if we talk for a quick second?
That depends on what it is that you want to talk about. It is fairly late in the evening.
Yeah, of course. This is not necessarily official business, but a man named Adrian.
I'm familiar with him. High-level executive, works in experimental neural tech. Has his own department. Rather charming gentleman. Dresses very nice suits.
Have there ever been any accusations of untoward behavior, or?
Not that I'm aware of.
Interesting. So I have.
We do work in different departments and swing in different social circles.
Can I trust you to keep what I'm saying here confidential?
So long as it doesn't involve my company.
It doesn't involve your company, actually. Actually, it seems that Adrian King has been utilizing some of his work at Biotechnica for a front to do things that are a bit, well, I guess the word is fucked up and terrible, but...
And that is what most do with their company resources.
But he's not using biotechnical proprietary research. He's basically utilizing this on his own to turn living women into dolls.
That is disgusting.
Yeah. I actually got to see two of them. One of them was cyberware beyond all belief. Behavioral chips that should have been used to put into cyber psychos to reform them, right? That kind of thing.
I'm familiar with the project, yes.
Yeah, well, again, he seems to have been using it for personal recreation.
That would be a misallocament of company resources.
Which seems like Biotechnica might want somebody who was like that to, well, might have a corporate as well as just moral interest in ensuring that kind of person was not what was associated with Biotechnica. Now, I don't expect you to believe me but you know that I tell the truth and that I don't falsify.
Here is the thing, Bart. Mm-hmm. You might see this as a moral obligation to act. As far as I'm concerned, this is just people in the company doing what people in the company do. It is no concern of mine.
Raise an eyebrow. Well, here's the thing. I need to get in contact with King.
You could contact his secretary.
Do you have their number? It's not something that's publicly available.
I could get it to you. But considering that I don't think you intend to play nice with King, that would make us even.
This is like in front of us, isn't it? So like we're why you need to call King?
I mute myself and I look to Hex. Well, without calling King, it's hard to lure him, I suppose.
No, we have Cherry's tracker. That's how we lure him. We don't need to call King.
Lore wasn't willing to utilize. I suppose we could. Very well.
She already said she's going to be there one way or another. We could not stop her.
That was Jackpot, not Cherry.
They were both pretty insistent on being
Cherry
there.
didn't say anything.
I thought she did.
Cherry's never spoken.
We established this, that we were going to use Cherry to do this. I'm very confused what's happening right now. I think it's maybe just because we haven't played in a minute.
Bard just ran away with his plan instead of talking to the group. But but she's like, you hear the other end of the line go dead.
Apologies. I'll hang up and yeah, it's just chalk it up to technical issues, and I'll yeah, we could use that to lure them, but I was thinking that we didn't have contact information for him, so I was hoping that it wouldn't cost me a favor. That's the only reason I called her. If it cost me a favor, that's not worth it, right? But
Well, which job do we want to focus on?
Well, the thing of it is the other job is going to be long term, and it's going to be a lot more strings attached to it. This other one's almost wrapped up, and we've already been paid for it. So as it seems to me like we need to wrap this job so that we're good on our debt before we move on to the next thing.
You mean the Cherry 5000 job?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And this way we don't have too many loose ends.
It's the only reason I say that is because we started off talking on one job and then we swapped over to the other.
Right,
and-
right. But that's also what happens when you take on multiple jobs at once, right? I was trying to.
Which is
I
why I'm
agree.
saying, can we just focus on one for now?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I want to resolve the one that we've already had on the back burner. So we can move on.
Can we do a group call with Laura? Basically, so if we're ready, right? I have to ask
Well-
everyone, would you be ready for a meeting?
Let's decide, because the thing is, like, we're just reaching out to people trying to pull strings. We don't even know what we're
I was
pulling
asking
strings
all
for.
of you guys, like, would you guys be ready to try and do a meeting with King where we
Well,
bring
we
in
need
Bruce Lutz
to
and Cherry?
talk amongst ourselves
because,
first.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I don't know what our plan is.
Mm-hmm.
Because
So
we
all
have
that
no
we had
plan
really
yet.
talked about was we did provide Bruce with the hard drive that was Lore's, and there was quite a bit of evidence that was already on there, but they wanted like his confession and some wanted a blood price. So we were willing to negotiate all of that. And I have a note that says we established that Cherry was going to we were going to utilize her trackers to lure him.
Yes.
So
We
I'm
were gonna-
pretty sure that all of this was discussed at some point. It's just been a minute.
Yeah, we were gonna. So what I remember, right, was that we were gonna utilize her trackers, but she wasn't cognizant when I was there, right? Cherry has never actually spoken to us. Jackpot was insistent that she be there and that she and Sherry get to see him die, right? But Sherry hasn't spoken, and Lore didn't want Sherry to be bait, right? But he said we could use her tracker if we wanted to. Don't know exactly how that works, but
He didn't
disabled
say if you wanted to. He said potentially her tracker could be useful, but didn't want to use her as bait.
Exactly, right. So her tracker in and of itself, right? Like we would have to put it somewhere else is the idea.
Right. All right. So objective: get a confession out of King and possibly kill him.
Bruce wants King.
Bruce
handed
wants,
over.
yeah. The idea is just to get him in one place with everybody gathered there, basically,
Exactly, yeah.
so they can all basically exact their revenge
Lure
on his
King to
ass
a
and
single
try
place.
to
We'll have
get
to.
a confession out of him.
I'm assuming somebody like Adrian King is not going to be alone.
Mhm.
So we can't just lure him in and have everybody there. We have to.
It
Deal
won't
with whatever-
not be a firefight, is what I'm guessing, right? Like there.
Yeah,
will-
we'll
there
have to
is a big-
deal with whatever bodyguards, whatever he has with him. We can have Bruce and people nearby to then join us, or we can capture him and then take him to them. What do you think would be easier?
It'd
I will
probably
say
be-
Bruce said she wanted you guys to capture and bring.
So we have to lure him to a location,
Mhm.
Capture
kill,
him
capture him, killing off whatever protection he might have.
and bring him to a location where Bruce, Cherry, and Jackpot will be.
So then we'll need to figure out. So then we have to figure out A, where we're going to lure him, and B, where we're going to take him after we've captured him. So, do we know any good locations, remote, where we could maybe ambush or set a
No.
trap?
Nova's eating her pizza, and she just, at like half mouthful, she says, "Well, he's left her here at the Tech World, right? Just
I was
come
gonna
back
say
here."
we could lure
Yeah.
him here. Yeah, we could.
That was
We
my
could lure
thought.
him here.
That sounds like a good idea to me.
It gives us the opportunity to set up some ambushes.
Even if we
home field
fix up the
advantage.
garage, we could easily make him think that Cherry's in the garage and then just trap him in the garage.
Well, I don't think we could trap him in the garage because I think there's a staircase up to the next floor.
I'll put you
With
guys
a
back on
door?
the Tech World map.
Is there a door?
I'll put you guys on the
Yeah.
Tech World map so that you
There
can...
is a staircase.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it does lead up.
I don't know if
Staircase
there's
leads
an
up into the
actual
main office. Yeah.
door to it.
Well, if there's a staircase, one would hope there's a door, or it's just a.
That's what
one
I'm
big
saying.
staircase
Usually there's
just
a door.
going up, and one
But-
even longer coming down.
It looks like it just goes straight down.
There's doors out of the building, but the 3 levels don't have doors blocking them.
Between them. Okay.
Well, I mean, we could
What?
always modify Tech World a little bit.
Well,
If we wanted to block off some entrances and exits. Frosty, I cannot see a thing. This map is very dark. Oh, because we're
not
because
that hard to
our
buy a
tokens are not
door.
on it. Yeah,
yeah.
Because you were in
Nova, do
GM
you
mode.
think you could?
Probably.
I'm not in GM mode actually. I'm in player mode. We just don't have tokens on the map, so it's just all dark to
Oh
us.
shit.
I have a token I can see.
Yeah.
I don't have a
I
token there.
I see your token.
Well, that's weird.
You got a token there.
Can you delete and redrag it? Because I can't see a thing. It's all black, right? Like I'm not in GM mode. I just checked.
Nova, do you think instead of something explosive, you could make something that gives people a concussion, knocks them out,
Oh yeah, yeah,
maybe
yeah, yeah.
gas them?
Now I can see
I
that, Frosty.
I go over to my milk crates. I set a couple down. I pull a couple out. I pull out a grenade that. Yeah, this a flashbang. Oh, this one's a stun.
I can't select my token, Frosty.
This will make his ears bleed. Won't kill him.
Now
though.
I can. Can you delete the excess bard?
Well, if we can convince him to meet us here, if we get him downstairs in the garage, we could probably set off a couple of those, give us some time to
gas,
take out
maybe?
his. Yeah,
Gas can be a bit finicky.
We could buy gas masks, but yeah, I agree.
Oh no, I mean it can be finicky if it even
uh,
fucking works.
I'm guessing somebody like that
has
has
nasal
like
filters.
nasal
Yeah,
filters or something.
makes sense.
I mean, that's an assumption. I mean, not every rich person is going to like put in nasal filters, but if he's paranoid enough, he might.
but if he's willing to meet us here, it gives us a bigger advantage than anywhere else.
I'm more concerned, I guess, about his muscle.
Guards.
But given the nature of this little project of his, and who all he's involved thus far for security for himself, I don't think he's rolling around with like a huge crew.
He's
of
gonna want to
security.
keep it discreet, I think, right? Like, still have security, but not be like. He's not gonna come in here with a full biotechnica SWAT.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Nick, you went mute.
Private enforcers, sorry, which is not going to be as, he won't have as many at the very least. But
Right.
I will point out. I think there is a reason for us to think that he might come in force. Like he dropped off the Cherry 5000,
Uh-huh.
and then it went silent, and then all of a sudden it pops again. It's going to immediately make him
Whoa.
suspicious.
Whoa.
Wait,
I
but
think
here's-
he'll come.
wait,
I think
here's
he'll
the
come well armed.
But here's the
What
thing.
is?
We were hired by Bruce to
Yeah.
do something for King. Bruce has his contact information. Why doesn't she just say the job's done? Meet them there.
That's what I mean. I don't think he's ever been made aware that
Yeah.
she was taken or anything like that.
He also hasn't been.
but
he al-
he knows something went wrong. Otherwise, he wouldn't have hired Bruce
yeah,
to
yeah,
look for it.
exactly. He knows something went
Well-
wrong, but he doesn't know that Bruce is currently pissed at him. Right?
But
That's
no,
Make a
yeah.
streetwise check.
I think Bard's idea might work.
My streetwise. Ah.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh,
Somebody didn't spend luck.
No, I did not.
What'd you
I
roll?
fumbled.
Fumble? Okay. So. You can only think of one way to get to King. Guaranteed make sure, because if Bruce relayed the information, you recall Bruce mentioned something about the Cherry 5000 job when you guys were at Victor Kozlov's. She was talking to Teo Mouse, and she seemed to say that she closed the job as best as you can remember. And Uteu wasn't happy about it. So chances are Bruce isn't going to be able to help you get to King.
When you say Uteo wasn't happy, do you mean Adrian wasn't happy?
No, Uteu is the corporate go-between between the fixers of Night City and the corporations.
Oh, I see.
And
okay.
him and Bruce had a bit of an exchange when they were at Kozlov's. And unfortunately, Hex's botch is that they've closed out the job.
Basically, she thinks that Bruce can't help us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you think we could have Lore call him? Tell him that he's done fixing Cherry up?
Again,
Even if he has been gone for a while.
Well, I think we're in that case we're best off with the chip at Tech World, because what that means is that there's reason for maybe King to think he went back to Tech World with Cherry for some reason, like get something or to do something, and might at least come here as part of a lead to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
I just think he's going to show up in force.
Well, that's fine.
The problem is he might not show up at all. What if he just sends muscle?
Well, then we talk to the muscle.
What if he doesn't know that we took this job, us specifically, right?
He does, because he showed up at Bard's place with a shotgun, remember?
That was Lore.
That was Lore, yeah.
I'm sorry. You meant Adrian. Sorry. No, he doesn't know.
What if as a fixer, you came up with some information that someone was in the market potentially for another person to turn into this sort of Cherry 5000, and we could use someone as bait for his next project?
I kind of like. I don't mind the idea of maybe bait. The only thing I will say is that we don't know how he gets these girls.
And it seemed like there was maybe some sort of personal vendetta as to why he selected
because she was an anti-cybertech activist, right?
Yeah.
So we would have to find somebody very specific. I think that he's almost like a serial killer with a very specific type of victim.
A random fixer calling up saying, "Hey, I got a girl for your shadowy ass deals." When like a fixer like Bruce didn't even know what was going on. That is not
a normal product, right? Like there is a reason this is so fucked up.
I don't think he'd be using regular fixers if Bruce didn't know when she took the job what was going on.
If he'd be using fixtures at all, like he probably just finds these girls. He's a high tech corpo. I don't think he necessarily.
So what if we did something really different and like made it seem like we were holding his Cherry for ransom?
That could maybe work.
That could work.
But again, he will show up in force if that's the case.
Well, but then we will know that he will be showing up in force instead of like
agree.
Big ass question mark.
No, I think it's the same either way, and I think that's more likely to guarantee he'll show up.
Yeah.
Rather than just having like.
Yeah, because then we can make that part of the deal. Either you show up with your boots on the ground, or she's fucking
and we can
terminated permanently.
Yeah, and we can guarantee he shows up by having the chip transmitting. Wherever we say we're going to be in like a Tech World or someplace else.
We could even make that part of the exchange. Say, you can't show up with a whole goon squad or she's a goner. I don't know.
Well, we definitely should say that. I just don't think it's going to work. I think that's a great idea. It won't work, but we should say it anyway. He will show up with snipers on the roof across the street.
If you don't say "come alone," you make them suspicious, right? Like
that's right.
You gotta say "come alone."
You gotta say
alone, but you gotta say it.
Ooh, can we do that? I got magazines. Can I clip out the note?
Yeah, great idea.
Yes, Nova, you go right ahead.
Yes.
I'm gonna hand Nova safety scissors.
And a non-toxic glue stick.
He holds them like a dagger.
Child-proof stuff for Nova.
Yeah.
They just split her up.
She deals with
Be happy.
explosives and engines
It's
like that, and we don't trust her with a pair of scissors.
We don't give Nova a pen. We give her a crayon. A pen could be used.
She looks up at Rev holding them like daggers, and she says, "If you don't think I could still gouge your eyes out through that mask with these, then you're mistaken, buddy." And she just starts cutting a magazine with them.
I feel like Bard takes that one seriously, actually, and files it away. That Nova can gouge eyes out with safety scissors.
That's right. Yeah.
And a glue stick.
All right. But I think we have a plan.
Yeah.
We send Adrian King an incredibly well-crafted note.
Crafted.
Arts.
Very beautifully done with little pieces from magazine.
Handmade with love.
Handmade with love.
Heart.
That's right.
Nova.
Hugs and kisses at the end.
If you don't end it with a heart XOXO, like we have your cherry. Come alone, or you will never see her again. XOXO. The kidnappers.
Question though,
not Nova.
How long do we think we have to prepare? Because we still need to fix those doors.
I think
we're
the ones who
we'll
timing here.
That's so, right. Yeah, because we'll be saying meet us at this place at this time, or she's
well, no, even before, like Frosty, did Bruce fix up Tech World, like the doors that were blown up?
No, they're still shot up and blown up.
Yep, that's what I thought.
Okay, yeah. No, we definitely should do that right away.
Like, there's no back garage door.
We don't know. We don't know if the slaughterhouse might come back.
How much for a contractor?
So,
to fix these things?
Oh, I was going to do something else.
Only we knew somebody who was technically inclined who could use a welding torch or something. Only there is somebody with those skills.
Flying, breaking things down, not building them up when it comes to buildings, but I could be wrong.
What were you saying, Reverend?
So I was going to try something because I have some favors I can call in.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see if I can call some old Nomad friends to bring some like metal plates and everything to just patch up the doors a little.
All right, so you're calling a couple of the Nomads that you know? What's the name of, is it the Eldocado? What's the Nomad family?
Let me double check if I have it in my notes. Or if I just have them as Nomad.
Yes.
If you just have a Nomad, you could make up your own family.
The Nomad tribe of the Nomads. The Nomad clan of Nomads. Truly, America's heartland.
They're cool, dude.
Oh, what was...
Mad Maxes?
No, I was thinking
the sane Maxes.
Oh, the sane Maxes. They're like Mad Max, but sane.
The neurodivergent Maxes.
They're Max before his wife and baby got killed.
Mm-hmm.
Just to make everybody sad because you hadn't seen the first Mad Max movie. That's why he's mad.
So the Glad Maxes.
The Glad Maxes.
The Glad Maxes. There you go.
I still think the well-adjusted Maxes is more of a but Glad is good.
I like the neurodivergent Maxes.
Wait, but that would include me.
Is your name Max?
No, well, I guess not. Neurodivergent. Okay.
The It's. They all float out there.
Reverend, did you find a name for the Nomad?
No, but we'll call them the Iron Bulls.
The Iron Bulls?
Yeah.
All right.
Because I have a Warhammer faction I'm thinking of.
See, I thought of what
honestly,
Dragon Age.
I thought you were about to say the Blood Ravens or like the Emperor's Angels.
No, I was gonna say the Iron Hand, Iron Within, Iron Without.
The order of I always played Adeptus
Sororitas. You're on the phone calling them up. I'm just gonna go with it. I got an inclination towards them. I'm gonna go with it. As you call them up, he goes, "Hey, well, Sam, Reverend, I ain't heard from you in a spell. What you been up to, old dog?"
Not much, old friend. Just getting shot at, shooting back.
Well, that's the way of things. Make sure you give them hell, right? Fire it up.
Yep. Burn it down.
Here, brother. Now, tell me, what's got you in the mood to reach out to old Sebastian?
What'd he say? His name?
Sebastian.
Sebastian. Okay. Well, we're fixing to throw a little party for an old friend, and
Lots
to
of
see
fireworks,
about.
I suppose.
Yep, have an expert in making a bang too. But we need to see about
Sounds like it's going
fixing
to be
up
quite the
the
hoot,
place. Oh, I sure hope so.
So what can Sebi help you with?
Well, I needed to see if you could possibly bring scraps and supplies to help us patch the place up, get it ready for a party, you know?
Now, are we talking old scraps like old bits of barnyard and trash bin and cargo holders, or are we talking
No,
engine
something
blocks?
something a little heavy duty.
Heavy duty plating, a little bit of armor, give yourself a little tough cookie, some nice
Yeah.
iron. All right. Well, I think we could arrange that. About how much you looking for? Are we talking poundage? How many square feet?
Uh, let's see.
Don't give me none of that metric crap either. This here's America.
What do you think that would be? Like 10 feet wide, 10 feet tall for the doors?
It's about 3 meters, so you're looking at probably about 15, at least 15 feet, maybe 20, by probably the same.
Rev, just get him to bring a ton of scrap metal. We'll get it all
any
together.
chance you could pull together probably 50 by 50?
I think I could pull that. It costs you about, let's say 1,200 eddies.
Too easy. And if it's choice parts, I'll throw in a little bit extra.
Well, ain't you just the kind of son of a bitch this side of the Mississippi?
Well, y'all have always been good to me.
Gotta watch out for our family. All right, brother. Well, where you say you at? We can bring those scraps on down here. I'll have Huey and Dewey take them down to you.
It's a little place called Tech World. You'll see it. The door's filled with bullet holes.
Sounds like you've been partnering up right.
Yep.
What? Oh, righty, dog. I should have it down there. Give me mine and you and Dewey, about 2 days. Bring it on down. Think I'll wrap up and get all the hogs in line.
Sounds good. Appreciate it, Seb.
Have a good one, Reverend. See you in a few days. And you bring the beer. Click.
Reverend,
Hope he's
Reverend,
okay. Usually he asks for moonshine.
I was gonna say, Reverend, would Bard would know Sebastian? I'm guessing, right? Given how long we've known each other. No, okay, good, okay,
Because
excellent.
remember, like Bard and Rev knew each other during college, but then split for several years.
I just didn't know whether you met the Nomads before college or afterwards. Was my
after?
Okay, gotcha.
So you guys hear the...
Love that picture, David. The glad Maxes.
Does Rev need help with the... You said it's 1,100?
No, I can cover it. Because I was also going to see about getting us basically a steel thread or cord for tripwires.
Is monowire available, Frosty?
Yes.
I think we should get some monowire. Bard would shell out for that.
We want to trip them. We don't want to cut their feet off.
Do we not?
Well, as long as I can get to them in time, I can
I
keep
love how
them
he's
going
always
into
like-
shock.
Bard's like
It's a nice
sharp
thing. Right?
items.
Like just cut their things
Sharp
off at the
items.
angle.
Hex, it's okay. I have a dermal stapler. They'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, he brought Ume back from having her entire like thorax crushed or larynx crushed, right? Like I really sorry, not thorax, you're not an insect. I sorry, I was reading a biology.
As far as you know.
I look at her. Well, that would, and you see Bard like his face goes slack. It's like that would explain so much. Oh my God, you're an insectoid. Like
Damn it,
that's
Ume.
why
He's
you
going to
don't
go on a
care about
tangent
your-
now.
That's why you don't care about your skin. You wear high fans because actually you regenerate. Like I'm kidding. So regardless,
This is a 5-hour routine you're looking at here. You know.
yeah. How much would it cost for monowire? I think the book listed as 60 eddies a meter, right? Like,
I think it's 120 a meter.
That's still kind of worth it if for taking their ankles out. But it depends on you guys. Like, do you think like they're not going to shoot when they're tripped, or?
And you probably need to buy like 120 Eddie gloves just to handle it.
Well,
I do have armored gloves, actually, but
as nice as that be, we do want them to get into the building first.
Oh yeah, right. That part of it.
If we buy enough for that
Hex,
back
you're muted.
door,
Sorry, that may be true, but it's more that we don't want them in certain parts of the building. So like if they've made it past the stairwell from the garage, then they have gone way too far past go.
and I was gonna say like maybe for that back door where we almost all blew up.
Right.
Yeah, like
that
it
makes
might not
sense.
be a bad idea to use it to watch our backs, basically.
Our sixes, yeah, and like we'll know where it is.
That's a good idea.
We won't trip over it, right? Well,
Oh,
we'll have
fuck.
to spend luck to avoid.
We say that. Maybe we should put like reminder signs for us. Like,
So it's got to be innocuous. So it's got to be remember the Alamo. Just have that wherever it is. Remember the Alamo.
Exactly, a visual reminder of some sort, so that you don't cut your
Frosty,
fucking
how much would
ankles
it
off.
cost for actual like remember the Alamo calendar sort of
Oh,
stickers?
God.
Because like that way they're more innocuous. They just think we're
No.
dicks.
So the Azig says to hydrate. So everyone take a drink.
Little I've got in my drink. Came a little late. I already finished off my glass. I'll have more later. Promise.
I can shell out for some monowire. Would my armored gloves, Frosty, my SP-18 gloves, be enough to handle it, or?
No. Like you need special gloves to not take damage from monowire.
Well, Nova, it seems like those kind of special gloves would be useful for you anyway. So why don't I buy them for you as a gift while I'm also?
And they don't provide armor protection. They just allow you to like pull the rope taut.
Yeah, no, I know, but I'm offering to know, like, because it seems like that kind of glove, right, might be useful.
I mean, you
Nova
could
in
wear
the future.
armored gloves to handle it, but they wouldn't be protected from the monowire.
Right. I'm just suggesting that again, Nova might eventually want to work with mono technology, right, as a weaponsmith. So gloves that are appropriate for that seem like they're a decent purchase for the future.
I heard you want to buy me a gift. I'll take it.
Yes, that's exactly what I said. Yeah. I was really just thinking about how it would be logical for you to have them, but I really want you to. And what color do you want them in? If they're gloves,
pink.
Okay. How much for
she's-
pink monowire handling gloves, Frosty?
200.
I would buy pink monowire, my mono blade handling gloves, and I would when I give them to Nova, they would be in a box with the like sort of face of a happy ball on the outside of the box and a little ribbon that says "From Bard."
I hope you know
you'll
she's
have
the
to
kind of
wait to
girl
go
that's
shopping
totally
to
gonna
get
Sharpie
home.
those.
No, I know, right? Like,
You guys are still at Tech World, like
I'm just declaring
you're
it out
ordering
there.
them online, like on your phone, like
Yeah, exactly.
with a little
I have
gift
this
wrap
place,
back.
It says "From Bard," so you can play with sharp
Would you like
things.
to pay the extra 30 for expedited shipping?
Yes.
It'll arrive in 2 days.
Excellent.
All right. So let's recap the plan.
Sorry, quick question, Frosty. Do I get a deal on those when I buy monowire? Is there a discount for the monowire that I'm buying?
There's not.
Okay.
I'm trying to buy in bulk.
I will buy Because monowire is reusable, as
It
far as I know.
comes in spools of 1,000 feet.
Which is
500 and 1,000. We'll say it's got. Actually, we'll say they have 250.
okay. Because again, it's per meter. 200 feet is a lot of meters, right? That's 60 meters. So.
Yeah. It'd be in meters. So we'll say it's got 100 meter, 300 meter, and 1,000 meter. So 100 meter.
Okay, that's all my money, but I will spend it. I have 37 eddies left as I buy the 100 meters of monowire.
Which will cost you 6,000.
Oh, 6,000. That's because wait, meters 100
times 60.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Okay, then I can't buy it. Never mind. If it only comes in that, like that's a lot of wire.
Well,
Like
monowire is like pretty.
Yeah.
Maybe we downgrade a little bit. We
I
don't
know.
need to cut their feet off. We just need to trip them.
No, I know.
Well,
I just didn't know it only came in 100 meters.
Well, you don't buy it for like fishing and stuff. This is like for securing buildings.
Hey,
I'm
don't
aware,
tell-
but it still felt like they'd have like a 20-meter one, right?
you
Which would
you
have been,
don't tell
100.
me how to use my monowire.
Fair. The industrial like where Bart is looking for online is for like secure barbed wire for like
Buildings.
securing
Okay.
buildings
Okay.
and stuff like that. So
Can we take a step back and
Yeah.
recap the plan real quick?
Yeah.
Take a break from the shopping.
why don't
Not
we
that I don't
take a
mind
break from the
shopping.
shopping and why don't we actually take our break since we're at about the halfway point, and then we'll come back.
Okay,
and
should
get
I
back to
just
the
should I
plan.
just freeze in my?
Yep, just
About
hold
to
that
speak
pose.
mode?
You have to hold
All
the
right.
pose the whole time. All right, see everyone soon. All right, welcome back, everyone. Last we left off, you guys were having your discussion, and Ume was saying, "Can we get back to the mission planning?" So, Ume, if you'd like to pick it up and resume, we'll hit play on your character.
Okay, so according to the plan we had, right, we're going to try to lure him here, if I recall, correct?
Yes.
So, and I know we've been talking about, like, I know you tried doing some online shopping for the monowire and things like that, but like let's break it down to like let's just clarify what we're doing before we start going off on like the gritty detail.
The
So, like,
nitty gritty, right?
yes. So we're going to lure him here.
Yes.
Sounds like we're going to lure him here on the premise that like we're going to like we've got your cherry 5,000 marker.
Yes,
And
we have Nova. We have Nova in charge of making a ominous note with hearts and paper cutouts.
That's the most ominous thing I can think of.
In Night City, actually, you're not wrong.
Probably. It just seems twisted and weird, which is great.
Which actually is Nova like vibes.
We're getting sidetracked again, Bard.
Sorry.
All right, we're getting sidetracked again. I'm trying to keep us focused. All right, so we're going to lure him here with that. We're going to take out his goons that are with him, and we're going to try and secure him.
Mm-hmm.
Once that happens, we'll knock him out, tie him up, whatever we need to do, bring him to Bruce, and then let Bruce and
Lore and Jackpot and Cherry. We have to contact them beforehand to tell them we're planning this.
And then everyone can sing Kumbaya and we'll be happy in one big family.
I do not want to hear
amid the bloody corpse of Adrian King, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So from what I understand that's happened so far, Revan, you've gotten supplies for us to fix up Tech World.
Yeah.
No, but you're going to create a wonderfully creepy yet sweet note, and you're going to fix up Tech World from the supplies provided. All right. So then that just leaves with how we're going to incapacitate him. Monowire looks like it's going to be a bust.
Well, not necessarily. I just realized I was shopping at Chrome Depot, which only sells like things in bulk. So I need to actually go through a more minor distributor, a more mom and pop shop for implements of murder. Do you know?
Do they have monowire at mom and pop shops?
It's Night City. I assume that there are mom and pop shops with everything here. But
well, we can also do. There's also like weapons and stuff specifically designed to knock people out and take them.
As I walk by Ume, I hand her a stun grenade. This will work, I think.
Like this.
Is it active?
Yeah.
Or is it at the pin?
Let's find out.
I pull the pin.
We could load up on rubber bullets. You remember when we fought the NCPD and how they pretty much almost walloped our asses? And that was just rubber bullets. Like, we could do the same to Adrian.
I will point out we did end up kicking their ass, too.
I know.
Well, let's be honest. Hex's grenade
with one of their own pieces of artillery, mind you.
It was ours. I threw it, they threw it back, and then you threw it back. It was a whole exchange.
I thought it was a stun grenade that they lobbed at us.
No, it was a paint grenade that we used to kill them, right? Because the paint was what signified that they were out.
Okay. Focus again. People.
I got hit a lot, so I don't remember.
I don't know why the musician is the one who has to keep us on track here. All right.
Sorry.
Because you're keeping us on track.
Oh!
Bard gave a little bow. Yeah. Thank you. I will be here all evening.
I appreciate the music, right to my heart. So anyway, so stun grenade. We have at least one stun grenade. Nova, do you have more of these? Or just we got three stun. Mm-hmm. Okay.
What are
So stun grenades, that could be useful. Rubber bullets, they have those. I think they have like other specialized ammunition for taking out people non-lethally.
Actually, you would know that they are. They're a little difficult to get a hold of. You'd have to probably go through Rasputin or a similar arms dealer.
Okay.
But like the Russian down the walkway?
But you might be able to get a hold of non-lethal ammunition. It might take you a little while, maybe a week or two.
Ooh, okay. Well,
It depends.
take-
It could take some time. You could get it in a few days, but it could
We
take
could
some
also
time.
just get our hands on him and choke him out.
Is that
Very
guaranteed to
true.
knock him out, or is choking out possibly could kill? Because like I've had the experience of recently being choked. It is not fun. I
man,
am.
You were crushed, not choked.
Sure. Although I was
Reverend has a point. There are people here who can subdue people non-lethally. Mostly me and Reverend, it seems.
We could try to drug him too, like injection drug, not just like gas. That gets a little bit messier.
Well,
But like
think,
injecting someone,
A hypo needle.
it doesn't always work like you plan, but it usually at least scrambles
be a-
their circuits a tiny bit.
It could be a plan A. By the way, 'cause
mechanically speaking, just to let you guys know, other than non-lethal ammunition and knockout drugs and chaining someone up, there is no such thing as non-lethal damage.
I have
Yeah.
handcuffs. So
Of course you do.
Honestly,
I
the
wink
least-
at Hex when she says that. When she says,
Hey,
"Of course
hey,
you
wait,
do."
wait! Don't you like know like kung fu or something?
I
The
was
kung
gonna
fu
say,
that grabs
yeah,
people?
Aikido.
Yeah, both Reverend and I do. That's what I was suggesting that we could. By the way, Hex, how is your Aikido coming? Because we've had some lessons there, right? Like, that are just Aikido lessons
I
and
just shake
nothing
my head
else.
and I eat
By
a
the
piece of
way,
pie.
Oh, did you now?
Honestly, though,
Ah.
like the most risky part of this plan is not knocking this dude out. It's all of the other people trying to kill us, right?
right? Exactly.
Yes. Well, there's two phases of the plan.
Well,
One,
it's
kill
actually a
everybody
lot
but
easier
him.
to kill someone.
I don't know.
You
I
just
think we
shoot
could.
him till they're dead.
We kill all the other people. I think we can get him pretty easily.
The
The only
important thing
concern-
is making sure he doesn't run.
Yes,
Right. So
that's
somebody's
it,
got
that's
to be
what-
on. And honestly, I having observed all of you in a fight, I probably am the fastest one here, so I could try and be the one to have the job of running him down if he tries to flee. But that'll also
If
be
we
Ooh.
if we can get him into Tech World
Mhm.
and trap him inside Tech World, that would go a long way to making sure that we can prevent him from running.
Yeah, yeah.
If he insists on meeting out on the street, then that would be a problem.
I think we need to lure him inside the garage. That's why I was saying, like, it's kind of perfect in a way. Like, that we. It stands to reason that you would want to meet him in the secluded area. And the garage is kind of perfect for it.
So
We just need to
does-
reinforce it and make sure that, like,
Yeah.
it's not got gaping holes and
Or that once it's
incinerated.
or once it's shut, that he can't get out.
Right.
Yeah.
It does seem that we have a basic plan here, right? Reinforce Tech World, activate the tracker, lure him here. Once he's inside, close the doors, take out his goons, capture him.
All right,
Yeah.
plan. I'm sure it won't go it won't go that way.
Well, no
Go
plan
wrong in all
survives
kinds of
contact with
ways,
the enemy,
yeah,
but we
but,
have a plan at the very
we
least.
have a
With
plan.
that, it seems that we will need some time before we do this, as Reverend needs time to get the materials.
And Nova will need time to make repairs and to jury or to rig it so that when it shuts, it traps him.
So
And we're
what-
going to need to get the tracker, the Cherry's tracker from Lore.
Right, I will have
And-
to contact him for that.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
also make sure that he gets this ransom letter.
And I'll need to do my hair.
Blinks. Yeah, indeed. Actually, that's our first priority.
It is. It's always my first priority.
No, it's our first priority, not just yours. All of ours.
Oh, really, Bard? So sweet. I appreciate the consideration of my needs.
Right. Good. So other than that, it doesn't. Is there anything else we have to do here tonight, or?
I think we're good for now, because we don't want to send him a note or set up anything until we're ready.
Exactly.
So, in the meantime, is there anything we want to do? Do we want to make while Reverend and Nova prepare the shop? Do we want to do anything for the Kozlov murder case?
Right. Well, I was just going to say that I talked to Bruce. Of course, she fed me a song of repentance. Says
Bullshit.
that she doesn't. Yeah, I know. Didn't want to lie, wanted to watch herself in front of the company we were in.
When she was alone with us.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
But I told her if she wants to keep working with the crew as good as we are, then she's gonna have to actually clue us in and not treat us like pawns in her game, but rather as valuable assets that she can trust.
What's the word she uses for you?
What do you mean?
I think I heard her. She calls you a piranha, correct?
Maybe because I've got some teeth of my own.
No, but what I was saying is that she has to stop treating the rest of us as guppies if she actually wants to work with us.
Well, that's what I told her. And she said that that's what she intends.
So I assume she's going to be meeting with all of us to sing a song of redemption and praise for our skills.
If that's what you want. I mean, I'll be meeting with her myself to talk about what it is that she is angling for, what her goal is. She intends on doing something to the power structure in Night City. And I know it'll be dangerous if we get in her way. I can't say that, like, I don't disagree with some of her choices either. That some of these people who are in power shouldn't be.
I have no compunctions about her wanting to remove people from power who are assholes. I have compunctions about being lied to, manipulated, used, and otherwise treated like a moron.
Essentially what I told her.
I'm sorry, Bard, that I've treated you like a moron for so long.
Well, with you, it seems a term of endearment. She just tried to keep me in the dark
true.
and feed me bullshit like a mushroom.
I insult you because I love you. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess actions moving forward will speak loudly.
Well, what would you like to do with Bruce X? I mean, is there something
Sort of a personal question, I think.
I mean, publicly speaking, you know, I'm not talking about behind closed doors. That's between you and her. But I mean, in terms of like,
winces.
like, you know, you brought her up. You've mentioned this, and I think we all kind of agree about what she did was kind of bullshitty, and I think she had. It's on her now to convince us of her sincerity.
Exactly.
But
that's what I was saying.
Is there anything that you have in mind to do towards that end right now? Or, I mean, was there something like, do you have plans that regarding Bruce or anything like that we can help with? I mean, what are some next steps towards that? If anything, or do we just sit back and wait for her to come to us?
Well, I'm trying to establish what it is that she's envisioning for this city. I mean, I won't lie, I don't particularly love the power structures that be, do you?
No, by all means.
Like I said, I literally just said that. But again, if she's gonna use us like that, then she's no better than the rest of them.
I told her already, Bard. She's not going to get to use us. You want to work with us, you don't get to use us.
But I mean, like, I think we all understand that. I'm wondering, like, so what do we do?
What do you mean?
I mean, we're talking about, like you said, you want to know what her intentions are, like for the city, what her plans are. Okay, so what do we do to learn that? Like, what do we want from Bruce right now? What are we trying to get out of this? Like, and what are we doing it? Because we can sit here and just talk about how much she screwed us over and how much we hate her and all that kind of stuff until we're blue in the face. But I mean, like, what are we doing about it? If anything, we don't have to be doing anything about it.
I mean, she's coming over to my apartment, so I was hoping to
But
maybe establish some of that then.
I will
All right.
say that is one of the issues I've already had, is that she seems to only divulge details to you.
I have no problems with that.
I have problems with it.
Well,
Hex,
she
how
is
much?
our fixer.
Yeah, but
Hex, how much do you
Hex is our
like?
fixer, but Bruce just manipulated us and basically put us in a position where we're guilty of murder in the eyes of all of the cartel. So she has way more hoops to jump through, as far as I'm concerned. Hex hasn't done that to us yet.
But it kind of sounds like you don't trust me to make sure we don't end up in that situation. Which, by the way, we would have ended up stepping clean into it if I didn't call it early. I already knew the minute she was handing Nova a box of bullets and a bottle of Carrare that there was something afoot.
Well, we both
Called
did, right?
it.
Like you and I had that mutual exchange of like, this is fishy. It's fishy. Ooh, right? Like that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that if she isn't comfortable talking to the whole crew, then I'm not comfortable working with her.
Next, you want to say?
What do you want? A group date?
That's not what I'm saying.
I think that there are many different levels of playing this. I understand where Bart's coming from, and at some point Bruce has to make it up, has to say something to all of us, but we're not in that place yet. Right now, we're in a like
I'm trying to
figure
find
the
out, do we
situation.
want to work with her and how far?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's also a choice that you want to make, right? Like you have ambitions of your own.
Yeah,
What's
which
your goal here?
she might suit those needs for a time, but I
Well,
don't know yet, do I?
no, but what I was gonna say is like, are you looking to work with Bruce or supplant her? What's your goal?
Well, isn't that the question I'm asking? But how can I answer that if I don't understand, like, what does she want here? Is it in line with my vision? I don't know. That's what I'm telling you. I'm
What is
trying
your
to
vision?
uh okay.
No pressure, Hex. You just have to define your career goals, your
You said
life
your
I
vision.
know, like,
ambition.
okay, I didn't realize I was the one on trial.
You're not on trial. He's curious. He's not asking you on trial. He's curious. You said you had a vision. He's curious what it is. That's it.
Different than what I see.
These things take time. Figuring out where we fit, what we're going to do. Hex, I don't know about you, but I'm assuming you're still figuring out what the dynamics are that you're in. That's all going to take time. We can't like sit here and like.
I need to know
exactly
if
what
her
we're doing.
goals are going to align with our goals and how long are they going to align for. And if they don't align, then what are we going to do about it? But can I give you any of these answers? No, I know about as much as you do right now.
But again, like like you said, our goals. Like, what are our goals? Like,
Don't you want to see the city be different? I thought you've lost people too because of the way that this fucking place works.
I want to see the city be different, but again, the kind of difference that a person who has literally eaten people makes is maybe
Yeah,
not the one I
but
want to see.
did you see the 5 people that were standing in that apartment with us?
Sure.
Like it takes a shark to eat some of those people.
So then
Bard?
this is the question that I'm asking, right? Are you going to let the shark eat them and then kill the shark? Because that kind of seems the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah, you're asking me a lot of fucking questions I don't have answers to. I don't know how the hell you would expect me to have those answers when I just told you I got a date with her on fucking Friday. You want to have a group date? Should we have a movie night?
He just shrugs. Like from what you've said, you had a vision. I was asking if it met it. You know, that's it.
Don't you want people to be more honest? Don't you want the city to be different? Don't you want to see change?
I do want to see people be more honest. That's why I'm wary of Bruce right now.
Well,
But
if
you
really
want to
want
you want to
people-
be the one who pulls the trigger on all 5 of those people downstairs?
He raises an eyebrow.
That's what it takes to take over the city. You know that, right?
Shrugs.
I don't really want to pull that trigger. But do
I
I
don't-
want to be the one left standing? Maybe.
I don't want to pull that trigger. I'm a pretty cynical person. I don't
Well,
necessarily.
we know
think...
someone who does want to pull that trigger. I just want to make sure that we're not ever on the receiving end of that.
Mm-hmm. Look, ultimately, and you're going to look at Hex very seriously, right? Ultimately, I'm pretty skeptical this city can change. But if there was one person I have met who has ambitions to be a head honcho, who I would trust to make changes for the better, it is you. So is that your ambition?
It very well could be.
Then you have my sword.
Oh, God.
and my axe.
No, we're not doing this.
Sorry.
You're not ruining
I'm
this
sorry.
movie for me.
But
You're
he
right.
is, as much as
But
that,
that
that's
was totally a guitar reference. That was fucking.
And that
cool
was
as
great.
fuck.
Yes.
Yes.
It was.
but he's being very serious there. By the way, like he's not joking or being.
No, Ume was purposely making a joke,
You
following
have
up
my
with your
axe.
serious.
And I'm sure Nova would have her balls.
But no, and you have my balls.
And you have my balls. Yes. Thank you, Nova.
So
Like I said, I just needed to know what the end goal was and who we were actually working for.
I don't, like I said, I can't give you that definitively. We've just barely even
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I
showed each other our fucking cards. Like I said, you're asking me to give you very long-term goals here when I have very little short-term goals established right now, like with her. It's gonna take me like understanding her a little bit better.
I
a
wasn't
little bit
saying
more.
with her, I was saying for you.
Yeah, that's part of it though.
Sure, but not the whole thing.
can we move on?
Yeah.
Sure.
As much as I appreciate listening to the two of you really dive deep into
Yes,
Hex's
with your
long-term motives and
lofty
goals.
goals.
This is starting to turn to a very circular discussion about these sort of things. And I, for one, am getting bored of not being able to play music and trying to jump in with quick one-liners. So why don't we focus next on calling it a night? We've got a plan.
Go ahead. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, we've got a plan in terms of getting the place ready, and then there's not much we can do here until then. And the reason we got started off on Bruce because I was asking if there's anything we want to do with Kozlov. But apparently what we do with the Kozlov thing involved figuring out what we're going to do with Bruce first. I don't know. So I'm guessing that's why we went off on this conversation about Bruce.
It depends on like how much you guys want to trust her because she wants us to stitch someone up for this. So like as much as we can find out who the real person was who committed the assassination, like does it matter ultimately if we're going to end up pinning it on someone else?
Well, the I don't see any reason why we can't continue the investigation. Bruce, as far as I know, wants us to continue investigating the route we were going on. I'm assuming she's got a plan for how it gets pinned on somebody, and we're maybe by continuing the investigation, we're just feeding into that. But like she wants us to investigate it. We're already.
I think
looking
our
into it to some degree.
investigation is supposed to conclude that it's the guy she wants it to be.
Right, but I think we're still trying to figure out. Like, I think there's a patsy in there. Like whoever fired the bullet was somebody who was hired, and it's going to lead to like somebody else. But that doesn't mean we can't like figure out who got hired and who that person is, or anything like that in the meantime.
Okay.
Like there are leads that we can follow, information we can gather that doesn't necessarily put us in a position where we're accusing somebody in the name of Bruce. It just gives us information and get a bigger picture of what Bruce did or how she did it and things like that, which is still useful regardless of whether or not we're helping Bruce or not at the end. So, I mean, we've got time. I say we might as well just figure out who this shooter is. We've got, what is it, Fast Eddie, Loud Eddie, Bad Eddie,
Lucky.
Smelly Eddie, Lucky Eddie.
You were close though.
Funky Eddie. I'll call him Funky Eddie. Funky, Lucky, Crazy Eddie.
Disco Eddie.
Disco Eddie. I love that. He wears a laser suit and everything. We haven't even talked to him yet. And I think Bard said he had some leads about his ex and dead people and corporo people who also died. That was what was in the file he provided us. How does that help us figure out more who this person is? It's a woman, right? Didn't we figure out it was a woman? I thought we figured out it was a woman.
We assume it's a woman based on what Lucky Eddie said, but we're not quite sure.
Right. Well, that's based off of like snippets of conference because we haven't spoken to Lucky Eddie directly yet, right? So
Exactly.
maybe we should do that next while Reverend and Nova work on Tech World. Go speak to Lucky Eddie before somebody kills him.
Good point.
Yeah, because Victor did call the Slaughter Gang leader to go get him.
Oh yeah. Good memory. Shit. Okay. I guess I'm calling Lucky Eddie.
I think you said you knew him or you knew of him.
Knew of him.
What do I know of him?
So if you recall, he's a informant. He gives out information. He's kind of always wandering around the street, observing situations, going places, showing up where he shouldn't be. The cops use him as a confidential informant. You suspect, because the reason he's called Lucky Eddie is that despite doing a bunch of drugs, being at a bunch of crime scenes, being suspected of doing all kinds of petty crimes and drug dealing and information brokering and and selling guns and prostitution and a whole bunch of stuff. He never gets pinched. He never gets taken to court. Mm-hmm. So he's called Lucky Eddie because he just never happens to get prosecuted. But he's one of the best information brokers in town. Not best. He's not very reliable because he is a druggie. He is kind of crazy. Lives on the street, a little wacky. But he's always got information for sale because he always that's the other reason he's called Lucky Eddie is he always seems to be in the right place at the wrong time or the wrong place at the right time.
I got you. Okay. And let's see, we know that he took basically a job from, we think, a woman, right?
Some woman in a mask is what he said on the phone. To threaten
Who did he talk
Kozlov.
to? Who was that?
It was Kozlov's
Who did he talk
recording.
to? Oh, that was on Kozlov's recording?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
He said some woman in a mask paid him to tell him that she was going to kill him, and he didn't know what was going on. And at first he just called saying someone was trying to kill him, but Kozlov intimidated him into giving the full story. But right when he was saying that a woman in a mask hired him, and Victor said that we'll make sure to take them out, he got shot.
Okay. I got you. Okay, so when we call him up, we need to. What are we trying to find out here? Who the woman in the mask was?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Well, then I can probably trade him a little bit of intel, maybe, since we know that Slaughterhouse is going to be hunting for him any second now. He should lay low. Maybe he'll want to trade a tip for a tip.
Oh, and if she wore a mask, maybe less who she is and if he knows where she went.
Where she went. Like, what do you mean?
Like,
I mean, we all know who was in the mask.
I didn't shoot anyone, Nova. Not yet.
I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying Bruce wore a mask to hire this dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's not right.
Make a psychology check.
I doubt that
I don't know if Bruce could make that shot.
I think Bruce is more likely going to hire somebody to talk to.
Well,
It doesn't, just because she wore a mask doesn't mean she made the shot. She just hired him to make the call.
yeah,
That's what you're
exactly.
saying?
Yeah. Though, frankly, it could have been any one of her piranhas in a mask. She tends to, in particular, favor women.
Did you want to make that psychology check?
She already said the stuff that I was telling you. So.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Just based on what I know about her.
And I'll give you, she doesn't seem like the type to put a mask on. She's very proud.
I was going to guess that part, right? Like, she wouldn't do that.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
more than likely, it was probably one of her stooges that approached Eddie.
I mean, I don't know that that's something we need to follow up on, unless we want to confirm that Bruce did it. Although she's already basically said that she did it, right?
Yeah. I guess we're just so our end goal here, I guess, then is what? To find the trigger man. So how do we find the trigger man?
Well, we could go where they pulled the trigger.
That's not a bad idea, actually. But try
Okay.
and find the place they made the shot from.
Well, you would also know if Lucky Eddie was supposedly standing at that building,
Yeah.
at a payphone outside that building, he might have seen
where they were or where they went, or at least the building, right? And like,
Yeah.
Bard, like we could probably make a physics check to calculate the trajectory of the bullet
Well,
to
we
see
did.
where they shot from.
Reference
No.
did.
No, we also like Bard, but like I was saying, like pick the floor, right? Like where, like pick the room in the floor.
Yeah.
We knew it came from below, right? Like that's what we figured out. But
We're saying that Lucky Eddie might have seen where the shot was taken from. Is that what?
he was by the building. He would have been a witness to anything out of the ordinary.
He was at a phone booth at the
Yeah.
base of the building.
And what were you going to say, Ume?
I was going to say, do we know where to find Lucky Eddie? His normal hangouts or anything like that?
Hex, make a streetwise.
$17.
He kind of wanders all over town, but he's in particular, especially likes to hang out by the Atlantis and the Afterlife, trying to score drugs. You do know that he is he does a lot of drugs, and one of the best drug dealers in town.
I was about to
Indeed,
say,
I do.
didn't you introduce it to a drug dealer named Cassidy there, Hex?
Yeah, on our
Right?
second job.
As a matter of
Which, you
fact,
know-
not even the second drug. When we started the campaign, the very first person she was talking to before she even met us was a drug dealer named Cassidy.
Which actually, ironically, I was thinking about possibly utilizing his services to get Reverend something you
I was
could
actually
inject
gonna
our guests
ask you
with. Yeah,
if you could
okay.
hook me
We're
up
all on the
with
same
him.
level.
Cassidy is the key to this whole mission, guys. Every single part of it.
No, drugs. Drugs are the key.
Yeah, exactly. Like both to find out who killed Koslov and to capture Adrian King, we need drugs.
PSA, don't do drugs, kids. Or at least don't get caught.
Yes, P.S.
I don't think we can
PSA.
advertise that on Twitch. We didn't say that. We didn't say.
P.S. PSA. What Reverend said.
All right.
Okay,
Great.
so
Y'all go find Fast Eddie and fix the building. I'm gonna go back to bed.
Before Ume does that, Bard would like to talk to her about something, but I'll wait till everyone else is done with whatever they're doing. And so kind of do the Jack Sparrow thing, like look at him and be like, can we talk?
Oh yeah, sure.
I was trying to be subtle. He had said like doing the whole like.
I know you were. I was trying to ruin it for you.
I'm saying in Bard, like literally moving his whole body, like.
All right. So Reverend and Nova, what are you two doing?
Well, I think Nova is at a certain point in the conversation, she just sort of pieced out, went down to the garage area, and then just started working on things and doing a note and other things like that.
Okay. Make a composition
also,
to make the note.
Okay, composition? Oh, God. Where is that one at?
Oh, you have
under intelligence. No, it's for the note, not for the explosive.
It's under.
Yeah, it's an explosive note.
It's under intelligence.
Sorry, if any of you guys know Giants in the Playground, I prepared explosive runes today.
Yeah, I'm using 2 luck.
Okay.
Ooh, I got a 20? That's not bad.
You make a really good ransom note. Tell us what it says.
Oh, shit.
Remember, it is a good one.
The first
Yeah.
one says, "Oh shit!" Now we know that.
It says, "You dirty boy."
You killed my father.
We know what you've been doing and where you've been putting it.
This is awesome.
I love it already.
We found your toy, and if you want to see it again, you'll meet us at Tech World. And I give a day and a time that we agreed on.
You guys never agreed. So when is the day and the time? When does Nova think the day and time is? Because they never told me.
Oh, shit. That's true. Okay. Well,
Could she leave it blank for now?
She could.
nope.
Well,
But would
you do
would
know
she could, but would
Domo will
well,
make that decision.
well, I mean, Nova did overhear our conversations
you
about
do
like
know
the
that
things
they have to
fix.
wait until at least Friday.
Yeah.
Because,
Okay.
which is 2
So
days.
Friday sounds good.
So you'd probably logically you'd give it maybe a day or 2 after that.
Well, that
So
sounds
Sunday,
logical.
the day
So
of our
Friday
Lord.
at around at midnight.
You mean Sunday midnight?
Nope, Friday midnight.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because you told Nova what was logical, so obviously
Yeah.
Nova did not
Okay.
do what was
Fair.
logical.
Fair. I walked
it's-
into that one.
You set us up for this. If this fails, Frosty, it's now your fault.
I blame Nova.
And it's 12:37 because that's the only date. That's the only time I could find in the magazine.
Okay.
And
Those
and
were
then
the
it
only
has-
numbers that were available that were kind of big and bulky.
yeah, and then on there's flash paint that I use on all my things, and it looks like a little exploding smiley face.
Okay.
And then I
Calling card.
remember that I'm not supposed to like actually be identifiable, so I just marker it out. And then on top of that, I put a smiley face sticker that I have.
Okay. All right.
That's what it looks like.
Reverend, what are you doing?
So quick question. Since I was training for fuck, what was it called? I'm forgetting.
Trauma
names.
team?
Yeah, trauma team.
Mhm.
Does trauma team only activate if you activate your card, or
Correct. They have gold and platinum plans that can be auto-activated, and there are some people that get a special transmitter linked, cyberly linked to their heart, but those are very premium plans.
those only activate like if they're dying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Otherwise, you break it. You
Yeah.
snap the card.
And trauma team will show up.
I need to make sure for planning around that.
Oh, okay.
But I'll go down and just watch Nova work on the note because I need to talk with her about some more stuff we need to
All right. So why don't
Yeah.
you have a conversation while she's working on the note?
She seems a little too into it. I don't want to distract her.
I look over and I'll see him kind of looking like looming, and I'll say, hand me that Happy Ball casing.
I
You'll see like a
grab it,
milk crate
handing
of
it
like
to her. This
empty.
one?
Yeah. That's good. And I'll start pouring in my flash paint into the actual grenade
Okay.
casing.
I'll pull a cloth out, start dabbing her forehead.
I would like to make a paint grenade.
Give me a weaponsmith check.
It's an
Not one that's going to be
exploding-
like explosive itself, but like it'll splatter paint everywhere.
one of those prank cards.
Yeah. Make
That'd
a
be
what?
an interesting ransom note to get.
Weaponsmith check.
Weaponsmith. Okay.
Basically, a fancy paint-filled water balloon.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm so
basically.
happy. But I also got a ransom note. I don't know what to feel.
I would also like it to be detonatable, based off of like a trigger remotely, not like a remote.
That would
but
be
like,
that'll be a separate check.
Okay. That sounds good. I can do that too.
I think the word you're looking for, Andrew, is detonator.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want it to. Yes. There's a specific
push a
condition
button.
that I want.
Okay.
I don't want to push a button. I want it to go off when something happens.
Oh, gotcha. I spoke for you. That's my bad.
I'm going to do 2 points of my luck, which
Okay.
leaves me with 4 more left, right? Yep. That's right.
Yeah, you've spent 6. That
Holy
should be 4.
shit.
Oh, God.
I got
think
31.
I think Nova succeeded.
You make an amazing explosive paintball.
Best
Yes.
one ever.
As I'm making it, I say, I set it to the side and I say,
Rainbow colors.
that
No, it's plaid. Out of 31, that bitch is plaid. Like, it comes out with
Space-
stripes
sorry,
in it
sorry,
and everything.
Spaceballs.
I set it to the side and I look up at Rev and I say, we haven't been together. We haven't run together very long, but you got to know something about me, Rev. Ain't nobody fucking mess with me. That's, and I put my I've got like a little marker on it and I write Bruce's name on the side of that thing. That's for Bruce.
I see. Well, I'll make sure to remember that.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether I'm going to tell Hex yet or not, though. I look up at him, almost asking him the question.
Well, you say it yourself. We haven't worked together long. You don't have to tell anybody anything.
Yeah, that's probably true. I'm gonna have to buy her a new sound system. She really liked it, but it's worth it.
Well, if you're using it for scraps, you could make a trap with it for here.
The system?
Yeah, you broke it already, didn't you?
Well, not yet. I guess I'm gonna. I figure now. Okay, picture this: they go to start the movie, and paint everywhere, right?
You talking about the movie night Hex wants to do? I don't
Yeah.
think she'd appreciate that.
Yeah, but it sends a message, you know.
Gotcha. You do that. I'll make sure it's a surprise.
All right. Yeah. Maybe I could get you to help me get a distraction because I need to get into Hex's place and I'll need to. I'm thinking I
I'll
might.
just tell her you have time to fix her system.
Yeah. I mean, I could.
She's your
can
next door
amp it up or
neighbor. You
something.
could try and break in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But I'm thinking just like a I could just set up a trigger on it and I'll be fine.
Yeah. Speaking of a security risk, I think maybe I'm gonna try and get us some motion sensors for the back doors here.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Got it.
That is a
Sounds
good
like
idea.
door. What?
It sounds like Hex may need to invest in some later.
Well, that'll be yeah.
Don't worry though. I won't tell her what you're planning.
I appreciate that.
Watch Nova put the wrong grenade in there.
I appreciate that, Rev.
And Reverend, what was it that you wanted to talk to Nova about? This seems like a good moment.
Oh, it was just the motion sensor.
Okay.
And I was thinking traps for here. I didn't think she was gonna paintball Hex's place.
Hey, actually, wait a minute. And as he kind of like leans in a little bit, I'm going to try to take off his mask.
I'm gonna grab her wrist.
Both of you make athletics or Aikido checks.
Aikido.
Well, Reverend, remember, if is this a grapple for him? So
Yeah.
you get your +4 to that, I think, right? So it's or +3. So
What'd you say? Aikido or what?
Or athletics.
Oh,
Not brawling.
I think this is
Not to pull off a mask.
Fair enough.
I'm not even going to use.
that's bar fighting.
I'm not going to use any luck for this one.
I can't.
I got
tell
a
if it-
17.
I got a 21.
Look, now
So
we're doing
make
Aikido.
you make a pretty good swipe for the mask, and
the couples
Reverend
are doing Aikido.
catches your hand like right in front of it.
Sorry, I love the fact that the two potential couples in the game so far are all doing Aikido with each other. It's just
Oh God!
it's Aikido practice.
I pull back as he grabs my hand. I just pull it back and I just say, I'm sorry. It's just, I mean, everything we've been through, I've never seen your face.
Yeah, there's a reason for that. If you want to know what I look like, you can ask Bard. See if he even remembers.
I was about to say you would be able to ask Bard. He does know what Rev looks like.
I don't want to have to ask Bard what you look like. I want to
he
know for
only
myself.
He only knows before the accident.
Mm.
Well, you said it yourself. Again, we haven't worked that long.
All right.
If things work out, I'm sure eventually you'll all see my face. Hopefully I'll be dead by then, but
With me, things never work out. It'll be over soon, I'm sure. Probably after this Bruce thing.
in his head, Reverend's like, I don't know if she's saying I'll be dead before then or if something else is gonna happen. Oh well, it's Nova.
It's Nova. You never know.
Ume, what are you doing?
I was
You
pulling
said you
you
were-
aside to talk, yeah, but
Ume was Bard. Was
I was
pulling Ume
about to
the
head
side.
out.
Yeah.
I was like,
So-
good, fine. You guys do all this shit, and I'm leaving. And then Bard's like,
So then we'll go to Hex as Hex. You watch Bard and Ume walk out front of the building and kind of go outside to have a smoke and notice the and then head out.
falls over like as he's doing the signal. Ouch.
Ume does look at Hex and roll her eyes before she leaves.
Okay.
He is Hex an eavesdropper. Sorry.
I mean, but like, I mean, if you were like a crime lord,
Of course you're an eavesdropper.
Oh no!
Does
what I-
Hex care?
Information is power, as Hex has kept telling Bard.
But like that, I don't know. Like I think her crew is different. I don't think she would eavesdrop on her crew. Would I?
I don't know.
Would
Would you?
I kind of feels like you might.
You have two conversations going on. You could eavesdrop on either.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh
Wait,
boy!
I will
Well, it
say,
really would be nice to find out that somebody was planning on ruining like $2,000 in new shit. Well,
Well, it'd be even funnier if you let it happen.
Funny. Yeah, funny.
I will also say Hex probably would have noticed that when Bard was doing the he sort of like looked at Hex, looked at Ume, looked at Hex like
Yeah. What is Hex doing?
Let's see if I'm at the front of they're at the front of this building. I'm trying to think if there's like a strategic location in which to eavesdrop from.
You drop
You
on
can
the
sneak around out back, and listen in the from the alleyway.
Do
I-
it. Do it.
All right, fine. Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
All right,
I'm gonna
make a stealth
sneak.
check for me.
Do we make perception checks?
Awareness notice. Checks.
Awareness notice
Awareness.
checks.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Wrong game system.
Sounds
I
like
guess
you
I'll
need to get yourself some
spend-
bugs.
Because this is my first roll all session. I'm going to spend 3 points of luck on it.
I'll spend 5 points of luck on mine.
Oh my Jesus!
29.
God.
I got a 16. I still I think
And Hex, what was your stealth roll?
All right, 22. I spent 3 points of luck.
Okay. Well, I will let you guys know when when Bard notices
Okay.
Hex.
Okay. Excellent. So I'll fully miss it. So you're he's like lights up a smoke, offers you one as well. That's fine. So
got to protect the singing voice, you know.
that's totally valid.
I mean, some rockers they go with that route, but not me. I'm not going for the gravel.
Yeah, right. No, I like the sort of when I sing it's sort of like the
Well, you're a noir detective.
mercy upon
It's
ourselves,
very
right?
appropriate. Yeah, it works
Yeah.
for you, but for me,
Yeah, I got it. Anyway, I do sing, by the way, if you ever need to. But
next band, I'm sure when I need a deep bass, I'll call you, Bard. But
indeed. But I was also, we got into singing advice, but I was pulling aside because from what I is this an incorrect assumption based on my perceptions of you? But you seem like you probably had some experience in the romantic front, generally speaking.
I've not always been single, if that's your point.
Sure. What I was going to ask, though, Morris. So, other than buying them a knife with a Pentecostal decoration on it, how do you actually signify to somebody that you...
X knows you like her.
Yeah, but what I meant was more about, like, the being serious about it as opposed to just having it be a rebound thing.
You're dealing with a very ambitious woman who has clear career goals, and she's really focused on that right now. And you're trying to insert yourself into her life, but she has all this other shit going on. My suggestion to you is to play it cool. Just try to enjoy however much time you can spend with her when you can, and not be pushy about it.
Makes sense. That's what I have been trying to do recently.
As you're saying that, you hear a couple of the chain link fence rattle a little bit.
I mean, we are part of her crew, obviously, right? Like, we're all working together, but...
And notice Alicordier Hex
as Hex
playing
like,
a game on her cell phone.
trying to be chill, right? Like, all the... But again, the point I was trying to make is like, yeah, I know. Like, I respect her ambitions. It's one of the reasons why I said she had my sword. Also, it's Lord of the Rings quote, in case you didn't notice.
I just said you can have my axe because I didn't get the reference.
Oh, well, your axe, I'm sure, is very valuable. By the way, how is Virtuosa doing? Has Nova made her into a weapon yet? Okay.
No, she's not, and I think that's for the better. I've got an amp back home she messed with. It seems to be working fine for now, but every so often it has like an odd tinge to it. I'm just waiting for it to blow up in my face. As he pulls
out Popping Marlowe and just presses the confetti thing, like, as I'll take one down. Yeah, when she messes with things, it doesn't necessarily seem to always improve them. But again, I know, right? Like, here's the thing, right? I know Hex can handle herself, obviously. Am I worried about the water she's swimming in? Yeah, a bit, but ultimately, like, I've worked with her a bit before, and of all the people I've met in Night City, she's one of the most capable that I know. I don't know. Like I said, it's. So here's the thing, right? When I broke it off with Rachel, she mentioned, like, who is she? I didn't tell her, but there's a bit of a she. I don't know. It feels like I'm not the best for healthy relationships, though. I'm not sure if that's me or the people I pick. How do you tell
Well,
if you're the problem?
Um, I'm trying very hard not to give you a snarky response that
No,
is
you can give me the
insulting.
snarky response. It's fine. Just give me a serious one afterwards. I'll
Well,
laugh.
the
at the
snarky response is, well, if you have to ask the question, then you know you're the problem. But that's not fair, and that's not true. Uh, okay, look. Um, you can't go around thinking that you're the problem and blaming yourself and sabotaging potential relationships because you've had bad historical experiences with other relationships. Issue number one, you can't be interested in Hex and let the fact that you fucked things up with Rachel or got in a messy relationship with Rachel, whatever the hell happened with her, and like use that as some sort of justification for sabotaging any interest you have in Hex. That's just bullshit.
Oh no, I wasn't trying to do that. Rachel has never really been a
No,
relationship.
no. You said if
Oh,
how
am
do
I
I
the
know if I'm the
problem? Right,
problem?
yeah,
And I'm
that's true, that's
telling
true.
you, you can't use the fact that things have fucked up in the past to suggest to sabotage the future by like thinking you're the
Mhm.
problem. Um, so you're not necessarily a problem. You just gotta deal with shit.
Mhm.
Um, like I said, it's look, the fact you broke it off with Rachel, that's a good step forward. You're freeing yourself up, but like Hex is currently like dealing with Bruce, and that's gonna get complicated. And like Bruce has made her intentions very clear towards Hex, and Hex has to navigate that shit.
Mhm.
And like navigating that shit and like manipulating the situation and being in control of it, that's a delicate game. And you don't want to fuck that up.
True. I also do trust that Hex is not going to allow herself to be made into a clownfish or a piranha. So
Yeah, no, Hex will not allow that to happen. But Hex is almost certainly could end up sleeping with Bruce.
he shrugs.
So I'm just
As long as he
saying
doesn't get eaten by her.
that's fine. But I'm just saying like it's not about jealousy. It's about the fact that like shit's going on. Hex has to deal with that. And the best you can be is supportive.
Oh, I'm aware. It's why I've lent the skills that I have to her endeavors.
That's not exactly what I mean.
You get what I'm
Like
saying.
saying you have my sword, like saying like those encouraging words. That's
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, no, no.
But
Again,
like it's about understanding.
the
It's
larger point
about
is I trust her to deal with Bruce and come out on the other side with her sanity and person intact. So doesn't mean I
yeah,
don't worry, but
you also have to give her like space to figure things out.
Mhm.
Like she's like dealing with all this crap going on. She's trying to plan. She's trying to like do her role as a fixer. She's trying to do all this. She is still figuring shit out. Like what she's going to do, when she's going to do it, how she's going to do it. And you sitting there going, "What's your vision? What's your plan?" And like insisting and insisting and insisting. Back up a
True,
bit. Let
true.
her. You can ask her like once. Say, "What are you thinking?" And then if she says, "I don't know," then your
Well,
response
obviously,
is,
obviously, I'm not someone who's fond of being in the dark, but I will work on that. I
I'm,
like
I'm,
answers.
"Yeah." Well, unfortunately, people don't always know answers.
He kind
Like
of like mutters to himself, like something under his breath about how then they're just like he just really should. Um, no, he's not. I know. I'm not referring to her. I'm just like, again, it aggravates me, but I also know that that's my problem, not theirs. Um,
look, your heart's in the right place.
in my chest.
Right. Your intentions are also fine and noble. Um, I would work a little bit on your tact. Coming from a woman who is not exactly known for being tactful, but I will say, I still have very good friendships with every one of my exes. Many
I,
reasons for that.
I
Some
mean,
of
I
which
still have.
are actually PG rated.
He kind of like smiles. I mean, I have a friendship with one of my exes, but I only have two exes, and one of them is dead. So, And it would be odd for me to have a friendship with a dead woman. I don't do the seance thing. It's not really something I believe in.
I would hope that you had fond memories and friendship, maybe not in a direct communication thing, but in terms of like a positive remembrance. Look, okay, that's not the point of this. All right. Did I answer your questions? Did I help?
Yeah, I think so. I
mean, I'm here to help.
I know you are. Thank you. No, I appreciate
Yeah.
it. I again, the larger point I wanted to make is that I understand. Right.
And I'm just telling you like my advice, my opinion. The truth is, I'm not Hex. I don't know what goes on in her mind. I can only guess.
Opinion. Right.
At this point, everybody gets a text message with a picture of the actual note that I did and the time on it. And you all realize that we didn't talk about a time and you just left Nova with a time. And so it says Friday 12:37 in the morning.
Ume messages, quickly pulls out her phone, messages back and says Sunday.
Bard just grimaces out of the.
Oh no! I just imagine her like crossing it out,
like pasting Sunday on top of it. I am aware, and yes, there is a part of me that has a protective caveman instinct, which is evolutionarily stupid, and I acknowledge that. Kind of takes a last drag of his cigarette, puts it on the ground, stamps it out. And I feel like Hex would see him look towards her.
By the way, Frosty, while I was trying to look like I wasn't like eavesdropping and shit, can I like maybe have been like doodling in my sketchbook? Can I
yeah.
I'm not doing nothing. Not listening.
Make a paint or draw.
Yes. There's also a reason.
But you're trying to draw them, right? Like,
or something special in particular.
And make a human perception check for me. And Bard, 16. Make a stealth check for me.
Okay.
Stealth check? Am I trying to be stealthy about something?
Human perception.
16.
Okay.
15. Oof, I've been rolling not great tonight.
You were unaware that Bard noticed you there.
Oh, so I just think I'm over here being slick.
Trying to be stealthy,
but no, that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
like,
but having said that, afterwards I was actually gonna walk over to Hex, like walk to where Hex is and offer her a cigarette.
And then Ume. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As Bard walks away, Ume, are you heading home? Or are you going back in? You're muted.
You're muted.
Sorry. Well, I'm not actually too far from my home, am I?
No.
I remember it's just a couple blocks
down.
Even still, it's late.
It is late.
And I don't want to go walking down the night city. I believe there was a bus, though, that traveled along the route. Wasn't there?
Yeah.
I'll grab a bus.
Okay. You wait. It takes you like an hour and a half to get home, but
better than running into a slaughterhouse in the middle of the street.
Very true. It costs you 3.
Yeah, not that I've ever.
I can afford that. Yeah. So I'm gonna go home.
Walks over to you. You head home, and then
I'm gonna walk over to Hex, and he's an honest person, so he's just gonna offer you would just see his hand proffer a strawberry cigarette to you.
You're muted.
She's just like, just doodling. Puts her stuff away.
You're on a balcony, right? I feel like he'd sit down next to you and just take out another cigarette.
Not on the balcony. It's just the spot where the fence is. There's like a cooler and like electric measures and pipes.
Are you sitting or standing?
I guess I don't know. Are there stairs there? There's not stairs there, I guess I would have been standing. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll just offer you a cigarette.
Well, yeah, okay. I put all my stuff away
Mhm.
and take it. Uh, she's not acting nervous.
She's not what? It's like interesting. You bird watching?
No, just trying to clear my head.
Hmm.
Just doodling, that's all.
Hmm.
Doodling, yeah, doodling.
Hmm. You would not have to make a human perception check to know that he knows you're bullshitting. As he kind of nods. Mm.
Sorry, I mean
Did you really think that I, of all people, wouldn't notice you?
I mean, I didn't hear anything.
He just smiles at her. I am assuming I don't have to make a human perception check on that one for as he just kind of grins. Uh-huh.
Oh
So
my God.
he, as Bard's just sitting there, as Hex is laughing uncontrollably, like just waiting calmly.
Okay, fine. Not my smoothest moment. All right, busted. Jesus Christ.
No. I mean, there's one thing that I think the two of us have in common, which is that we don't necessarily have a penchant for smooth moments.
I don't know. Sorry, I shouldn't have been eavesdropping.
No, it's fine. Curiosity never killed any cats, as far as I'm concerned. Curiosity is what drives forward. I mean, you know me. Am I gonna like condemn you for being curious?
I mean, there's like a lot of moving parts going on right now, and I don't
Mhm.
know. Maybe I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous that all of you are regretting making your decisions to fall into this group, questioning whether or not uh, I'm smart enough to keep Bruce on the right side of things.
I have a lot of regrets, right? I regret going into alcoholism. I regret taking a job that got somebody I cared about killed. I regret, well, just generally, I'm a negative person, so I regret a lot of things. But joining up with your crew and putting my faith in your hands is not something I regret. Again, like I said, and I know you heard it, I do have a bit of a caveman protective instinct, and I am sorry that that came out in a bad way. But generally speaking, you are a capable person, and I respect that. So, and I know you don't necessarily think that about yourself, but you should.
Well, it's about to get a lot dicier. I won't lie. I understand why everyone's like questioning and
I don't think
they have
anybody is
doubts about
questioning.
Bruce
They're
too. Like
questioning Bruce.
yeah, no, I know. I am too. See, that's the thing.
I know.
But like I also said too, like there's five very intimidating people standing in that apartment.
And
She
you're
wants
trying
to,
to keep your enemies closer.
yeah, but also at the same time, like I said, like if we're trying to change the landscape of this city, like it's going to involve like letting some of the dominoes fall. I don't necessarily want to be the one to push each one of them over personally. Because
Fair enough.
if you do that, what do you think happens to you being the one at the end? There's going to be
Mm,
somebody who comes for you.
you fall. Yeah, no. I get that. I get that. You're trying to use an ambitious person to push the dominoes for you. I mean, I think that Bruce thinks she's got you hook, line, and sinker, but if I'm being honest, it seems it might be the opposite. So
Hmm. Maybe I like to play some of my cards close to the chest. Anyway, sorry for spying.
don't apologize. I knew you were. Some of the things I said were made in awareness of that.
Hmm. Huh. I wonder what you say when I'm not around.
The same things.
Hmm.
What I more meant was that I knew you were there and I didn't edit myself. I would have said the same things regardless.
Well, Umi knows me pretty well. I'll say that much.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't give you half bad advice.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it's getting late. We should probably all get home.
He nods. Good luck. You might need it.
I'll make it till Friday.
I was more referring to beyond that.
Does anyone say anything to Nova about the time on the ransom note?
I
Did
sent.
you really?
You may already said Sunday, right?
I already
Yeah.
sent a message saying Sunday to her.
Ah,
Yeah.
Sunday. Okay.
Yeah, and
Nova
Reverend
did not
seeing the
reply.
text would be like, "Hey Nova, we need to change the date a little."
You need to change the date. I'm not changing anything. It's a work of art.
It is, but you still need to change the date.
I'm not doing it.
Fine, I'll do it.
Before
It's not hard to change just,
Yeah, Reverend just grabs a thing of whiteout and then marker Sunday.
all right.
What were you saying, Hex?
Yeah, Hex.
Oh, I was gonna say, so before I go home, I'm gonna, if I can, drop by Ume's place, and that piece of artwork, I'm gonna slide it under her door. I'm not gonna say anything to her.
Are you taking a cab to get there before her?
Well, no, after, I'm assuming, like after. So she's probably asleep, so I'm not waking her up or anything.
Okay.
I'm just leaving her a little present under her door.
So are you
before
also
I get
taking the
home.
bus home? And then just taking a bus to Ume's and then taking the bus home?
Or a cab. Like, I imagine if I asked the cab to have a stopover.
Yeah,
like, I
yeah,
don't care.
that'd be fine. It just costs you 20 eddies.
That's worth it.
All right.
And oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna drop the actual piece of artwork in the chat too for Ume.
Okay. Bard, are you heading home? All right. How are you getting home? Cab?
Is there a maglev or?
Not in this part of town.
I'll take a cab.
Okay. It costs you from where you're at 32 eddies.
Cool.
All right. Reverend, are you staying at Tech World or heading home?
I forget. There's a shower here, right?
There is.
Yeah. I'll probably stay here because I believe I need to meet Dick in the morning.
Friday afternoon is when you're
Oh,
supposed to.
Friday. Okay. I'll still take a
It's
shower
in 2
here.
days. So you've got Dick showing up. You've got lunch with Dick in the afternoon. Then Sebastian's going to show up that evening
Yep.
with the.
Yeah, so I'll just take a shower here because I need to put the head and hands in the freezer or somewhere.
All right. And Nova, are you staying at Tech World?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hex, make a street. Go ahead, Nova. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna do a little scene with Rev while we're here, but
Yeah.
I can
Yeah,
wait.
please. No, go ahead.
While he's taking a shower, I want to sneak in to see if I can see his face.
Make a stealth
Reverend
check.
has locked the door.
Oh, you could try and pick the
Oh.
lock.
Wow, no, door's not gonna stop me.
Lockpick.
Please. All right, well, let's see. If it does.
Lockpick with Nova?
Let's see.
I believe it's a skill she has.
I think in reality it's just a grenade she puts next to the door.
That might
Okay,
be the
let's see.
case. It might be that she uses demolitions to open doors.
I'm gonna use 2 luck. I have 2 more left to lock pick this thing.
Okay.
Oh no, wait.
Oh god.
Oh no, I took pick pocket, not pick lock. Well, either way, we'll see what this does. Okay, well, it says I fumbled, but I spent 2 luck.
So it cancels out the fumble. What's your total?
Yep.
13.
So you're trying, and you just can't quite jimmy the door open. It's just not working.
Can I hear this?
Make an awareness notice, and Nova, make a stealth at -2.
Okay, -2. Stealth.
Nope, I fumbled.
What are you doing in the shower that's got you so distracted? Never mind. I finished that sentence.
I don't miss it.
He's practicing his Aikido, is what he's doing.
I had
No.
no idea.
The brain was ahead of me on that one.
What are you doing?
Again, what are you doing in the shower? Like, we're talking about Nova, her obsession with Rev. We talked about Aikido. Like, what is he doing?
What's on
I'm
your
thinking
mind,
singing
Rev?
in the shower. He's singing. He can't hear the door.
Yeah, sure. Right. Singing in the shower. That's what the kids are calling it these days.
Okay, well, I guess I can't open it. Next time I'll get you. Next time I'll get you.
I love how
No,
Nova's
but
kind of stalkerish.
How about this? I'll say this.
She's a yandere. Come on,
If you
totally.
can hear, it sounds like a cult in the shower, just ranting, like reciting.
Oh, like you're
words
talking
in
to
different
yourself?
languages.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, basically speaking in tongue.
Oh, Jesus.
Why do you
Why
think
do I
he's
feel
called
like
Reverend?
Yeah, I'll
I'll
just-
think that was hot.
I'll just listen in for a while as I hear
Okay.
that. Just sort of listen in. And...
What's Nova doing that has her so distracted while she's listening in? Sorry. Okay.
This is going to be
That's
awkward.
fair.
Hex, make a streetwise check for me.
23.
As you're laying down to sleep and settling in, resting in on your new futon, which is like floating on a cloud compared to the air mattress that you've been on. And it's very good quality. You bought real wood, real cloth, real stuffing. It is extremely comfortable. And you're settling in, and a sudden thought occurs to you. You have no idea how you're going to deliver the ransom note. And that's what we're going to call it for tonight. So, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you guys for playing. Welcome to our new viewers. Remember, check out all of our past episodes on YouTube. I've been having some trouble with my video editing software, so you'll see our breaks and intros still included in those. I'm trying to get it fixed. I think it's a RAM issue and how much space I've got, so I'm trying to fix that, which hopefully future episodes will be edited. I'm going to try and combine the technical issued episode with this episode, so you'll have a kind of a two-parter. It'll be a very long episode, which is why this one's going just a little bit under time. Want to thank you guys all. Check us out on YouTube. Like, follow, subscribe. Check out our Patreon, where you can become subscribe and support the stream and support Andromeda Adventures. Thank you to our producer Nick and to all of our Patreons. And everybody, say goodnight, Nova.
Good night,
Night,
Nova.
Nova.
Good night, Nova.